I didn't either, but I have
Well,
to like, I have to have certain bulbs for my hobby space. I have to have
Right.
daylight bulbs, and LEDs are really nice for that. And it just so I was looking up, and it was just like, yeah, look out, incandescents are no longer banned in the U.S. for some reason.
Rival. I need to get rivals chat up. But I am live.
I will say, I mean, like, unfortunately, I've seen some of the stuff that's going on with like the debates and all that, and I just want to nope out.
Rivals chat's up. And Utari.
Unfortunately, can't nope out. we're all stuck on on this wild route.
I mean,
The British are slowly bailing away while the country sinks into the Atlantic, and then slowly trying to put that water onto a fire that is our country.
Right. Both chats are out. I am
That's
ready to go.
I'm ready as well, so you guys let me know when you want to go live, and I'll. Well, I've
I
already
am
started,
live.
but I'm gonna
Yeah.
starting soon.
I'm up, so I'm ready.
I think
Mikey said he was going to late. So.
He said to start without him. He was going to be later
Start
than he
without him?
thought.
Okay.
So I am no late.
Whoa.
Give it a couple of seconds. See if your sound's good. Want to make sure your sound's good on the screen.
Woo! Sorry.
I'm just gonna fuck up my own cameras for a moment.
Yeah. Midge, did you ever figure out your own handwriting on the middle management angel and his name? No, you still have no idea.
It just says.
For those who are not in the know, our dungeon master, God, has accidentally lost the name of middle management angel who was having a word with Isaac.
And I've
So if
got his
anyone
name
wants to go
down.
back through the backlog and find it,
Go down to my channel.
I mean, there's
And while
somebody
you're there,
editing the
subscribe.
podcast. Yeah, there's somebody editing the podcast. They'll get there within the next 5 months.
Oh,
No,
you
that's
found
your
something,
pace, Midge. That's your pace. Midge.
Oh.
In
They might
about
get
a
there
month's
quick.
time, this poor new editor is going to be screaming the name of this angel at a podcast for an event that happened today.
Yep.
Bring
I'm
it back.
about 90% sure I
know it begins with an M.
lost the page. Yeah,
It begins with an
I
M.
lost I lost the page when I was tossing out like old papers and stuff, and it was out of the binder. So I normally don't leave things out of the binder, but so
Why did you leave it out of the binder? Eh? Why?
because I was contemplating getting a second binder for this damn campaign. Look at that! Look at this shit.
It's
Making
about
this
as
a
thick as
campaign binder
Xanthar's.
for. No, it's thicker. It's much thicker.
oh yeah, that's definitely thicker than Xanthar's.
Yes, this is as thick as 5th edition foes in paperback. Yeah. Okay, so
Which will be the next thing I
we're
print.
starting.
Oh, Rival's frozen on my screen.
Yeah, Rivals frozen on
Oh
mine as
please!
well.
Oh please don't tell me he just had a blue screen.
He died.
He's got an angry pose.
Well, he's just black for me. With the
Oh.
He's frozen, going like he's frozen, going like this.
I'm not even loading the map though, so I don't know what's going there on my end.
I mean, I have a bad connection to Discord, anyways. I've been on yellow bars this whole time, yellow to red, for seemingly no reason. Well, let's hope Rival comes back. Nope, that's the gray way. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make another binder just for setting notes, just for area. Is this Tarkova? Here we go. Jesus. Or not Tarkova, Takova.
Takova.
Kova.
Takova.
Which I don't think you've ever seen the map for, Crimson.
No, I was just about to look up. Oh wow.
There we go. That worked.
I put a preload on for the campaign for an image that we might use, so that might be what's causing some of the.
I know I know when I joined in, I had to download something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was probably that.
Yeah.
It was causing.
And the problem
noise.
is that the minimum for Fantasy Grounds it's recommended 100 pixels per 5-foot square, which means if you have a, let's say, I don't know, a 20 by 14 square map, that means it's going to be a almost 2K image that you have to upload. So, yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, that's Tarkova. If you can see that Crimson. So
Yep. I'm just looking through all the maps of places,
That
of
you
the ones I haven't seen.
yeah. Isaac bought a lot of maps.
I bought a lot of maps.
Even for things
Hello,
that
remember
related
Blue
to
Screen
it.
Guys is rebooting. We're also buying a new PC tomorrow. Hey!
Hey!
Thanks, Moogle, for jumping in and telling me that.
Yeah, we assumed.
Yeah.
We assumed.
We assumed by the annoyed pose he was stuck on my screen with, which was
Yeah.
the last image the camera saw before it died.
Now the question is, did it die because he was angry, or was he angry because it died?
Oh,
It's a yeah.
chicken and the egg
Anger
sort of
chicken.
situation.
Yeah.
It's quite a conundrum.
Yes. Yes. Seriously, I'm about like another day and a half away if I don't change my mind from getting a corncob pipe and a MacArthur hat.
Well, MacArthur hats are about 50 quid, so
Well, we got Mikey.
Hi,
Hi, Mikey.
I would use my pipe more often, but getting pipe tobacco is
So-
actually a difficult thing.
See,
So,
I
as
stopped
you-
smoking,
it'd be more for
so-
just a gesturing thing for me. Like I'm using.
So I've been making some characters in my downtime this week because I had some really good ideas for characters, and I was just going through and also working out where I want to go with Isaac's character build. And I was going through some of the things, and an Oath of Redemption Paladin at level 20. I don't
I
think
saw-
there's a more OP class.
I
Bard.
saw you tweet about that.
Well, no, in terms of combat damage or just any damage fighter.
Bard.
I don't know. They get resistance to every kind of damage.
Bard.
Yes.
You know the Bard's spell list at level 20?
Yeah, it's fine. They
Wish,
get
which means
Wish.
They can use any spell in the game as long as it's not 9th level.
I've got
And
Wish
they
as
just-
well in my
they-
spell list.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you're sorcerer. But Bards also receive the best. Also have normally the best charisma, because that's their class. That's what they require, which means that they are almost completely invulnerable by the time they're level 10 to most influential, most things that
Banishing.
influence them. They can't be banishing, charming of any sort, anything like that.
Yeah.
It's even worse if you're an elf. If you're an elvish bard, you fuck.
Or half elves
Fuck.
worse. Half elves are is the best grace for a bard because they get the +1 in 3 stats of their choice.
No, I think the elf.
No, I mean,
Stat-wise, I think so.
I
But
mean,
think-
they
but-
get you get 3 proficiencies and skills is what I mean of their of any choice. So you get to go.
Yeah, but the
yeah,
bard-
I
the
want
bard
to have
automatically
I want to. Yeah, I know exactly. So put it on a bard. You get okay, I'm proficient in pretty much everything, and then anything else I've got jack of all trades to add half anyway.
Yeah.
Skill monkey. Hey, Mikey. Rival was blue screened, so he'll be here in a moment.
I mean, we can just hopefully wait. This is an interesting conversation.
Yeah, but yeah, they're so overpowered. In terms of being able to kill them is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about survivability in combat. I don't think there's anything more powerful than an Oath of Redemption Paladin, because
No. It'd be
Emissary of Redemption. Because you get resistance to all damage dealt by other creatures. Whenever this creature hits you, it takes radiant damage equal to half the damage you take from the attack.
No, I would say it would be probably. I'd still say it would be an elvish bard because you can take a subtype. You can take one of the subclasses in bards that focus on dexterity-based weapons. and the elves get an automatic +2 to Dex weapons. Plus, they can use spells to buff that more, or they can use spells to mitigate their detriments in other areas. I'm just saying, bards are the most overpowered class because actually I think I found a tweet a long time ago. It was like, hey, every class in D&D has something they're good at. Fighters, fight. Barbarians, tank. Bard.
A party of bards would be like you could do it because you could
party
also
of bards would just be a normal party.
yeah, essentially because each one can subclass into the different types.
Yeah.
So like you get because now there's the like what's it called, the trickery bards or whatever they are. You got the
there's ones that deal with thievery, magic, fighting.
Law.
That's what R1 is.
Yeah.
Lore. It's bard.
There's the only thing they're weak on is a tank, but they've got so much other stuff that they can mitigate that.
The College of Swords though can be very tanky.
Yeah, it can. It's not as tanky. Well, I mean, you've also got the Bard of
It's
Valor.
not as tanky as a barbarian.
But yeah, a Valor Bard gets
Okay.
medium armor and heavy armor proficiency at different levels. So
see, I don't think the College of Swords gets that.
yeah, which
College of
is
Swords
useful.
is your
but they-
DPMS.
I mean, you could always
College
take
of
heavy
Valor
armor as a feat.
is-
As College
You
of
can always
Swords.
take heavy armor as a feat, yeah. But then you lose a feat point. You lose a potential feat that you could use for other things. Like you could use feat to get like what is it? You can't be surprised.
Yeah.
Alert, yeah.
I mean, we already have that with a bow, so.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
this
you'd
is-
miss out on
this is
Warcaster or something, which is
Warcaster, actor,
actor's fantastic on a bard.
SWAT nimbleness, which is
Hey,
Hey,
Ryan.
Hey, look, it's the rival dude.
Let me just change my cameras up.
Did you
Sorry.
It's alright.
did
welcome.
you give it a good thwacking to make it know who's boss? Your computer.
Yeah, there
Break
was
the
much
Omnissiah, burn some
much
incense.
slapping around the motherboard.
You look a
Getting
bit.
new
You look a bit
PC order tomorrow.
sunburned, Mikey.
Hmm?
You look a bit
it's gonna be
sunburned.
my phone game. I'm going to
Ye-
murder somebody.
Can he hear us?
He
I
doesn't
don't
have
hear you.
his.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you look a
just
bit
very
sunburned.
quiet. Yeah. Very sunburned.
Yep.
Okay, hopefully this will keep working this time.
All right. So, fingers crossed. Let's go, shall we? Before
Yeah.
anything else happens.
Yeah, before
by the
something
way-
else goes wrong.
Yeah. By the way, College of Whispers for the bard. Kind of
Oh.
ridiculous.
Yeah. That's the one where they can take over once they kill someone. They take that person's
They can
essence,
just
right?
affect things. Just affect people. Just fuck
They
up their
take
heads.
their shadow. Or is it? What is it? Which one's the one
Either
that
way.
takes the shadow and then you can create that shadow and become that shadow?
I think that's trickery,
Is it?
or something like that. But either way. By the way, Mike, you might want to do a snap test because you sound quiet, so I'm not sure if it's.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Got nothing in terms of sound, Mikey. I know we heard you before, but now we don't. So I think. Yeah.
Discord, what the fuck, bruh?
Oh, now we hear you. Now you're really
Discord,
quiet.
what
You're
the fuck, bruh?
super quiet.
Let me turn myself up a little. Let me see if I can do that.
Right. Anyway,
So, last game, you all began play in a forest north of Takova, tracking a child napper who had supposedly taken 3 children. You dealt with a fairly odd fight when it came a gnarlwood with its accompanying zombies in the deep forest. After dealing with that, you moved to a shack that you were tracking the individual to, and when you arrived, you found that the shack was surrounded by just mess, individual from animals and the individual you were tracking, who was also dead. What you found out during the fight and through your reconnaissance was that it was occupied by a coven of green hags who had seemingly gotten the man to steal the children for purposes of reproduction. To have their own children. But you were able to get to them before they were able to complete the ritual, and saved 2/3 of the individuals you were going to save through not necessarily your fault, just some crossfire and some bad luck that caused it. Then spent probably a good 20 minutes, like chicken with your heads cut off, trying to manage everything post-battle, as well as trying to calm down the children that had just seen one of their compatriots get killed. Which you succeeded in, and we ended off with a very cinematic image of the party looking on as the shack was burned by Demir and a few of the others as you begin riding back to Takova to return the children to their homes. And I think that was mostly it. There was also a bit of a heart-to-heart between Demir and Ustenia about why Ustenia does this. But we come back with all of you having gotten most of the way through the forest. We're gonna skip a little bit ahead in terms of time. And you are out of the evil part of the forest, I would say, if you had to give a moniker to it.
Now I'm just imagining like one of those cartoon bits where it's got the sign telling you're entering the evil part of the forest.
Please
like,
drive
it's
carefully.
Like a blatantly obvious border with the nice green trees juxtaposed against the dark evil tree.
And there's like a wolf's howl as you pan over.
Yeah, it's like you got like twittering birds, not Disney style birds, in one side, and then the evil wolves on.
It's not as clear as that, but it's pretty clear when you've exited kind of the tainted part of the area and moved into a more normal part of the forest. Yes, you have the two children that you were able to save riding on. Did we agree? Did you figure out whose horse they were
It's
riding
on
on?
Sesha's horse. Sesha has them on the horse, and she's walking next to them.
Okay, you've got both of them riding on a horse. They've calmed down for the most part. Still pretty shaken by their experiences. You were also carrying the remains of the third child, which is on Isaac's horse. What I don't remember what you said you wanted to do with that. If you were going to be bringing that,
I'm going to bring it back to the city and have it buried there.
the sack, bring that back to.
It's a child. Don't describe it as the sack.
It's all right.
Heartless bastard.
I'm not the one who killed it.
Nor are we!
Yeah.
For once. For once.
Speak for yourself.
The child wouldn't be
I don't
coming
care
back
if
if
they're
it was one of us that did this to it.
Nope, they weren't there. That was weird. Maybe it was an.
No witnesses.
Damn, Roach. That's fucking dark, boy.
Yeah, if you watch The
That was
Boys,
a Midge's joke. That was
No
Midge's
comment.
And remember, no Russian.
if you watch The Boys
No,
on Amazon,
The boys.
No,
I've
no, I haven't. I've seen trailers for it. I want to see it, but that's the superhero one, right? Where the superheroes
yeah,
are...
there's one
Yeah.
bit in there where, if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, then I won't spoil it for you. But let's just say the superheroes, yeah, They don't save everybody.
They're very bad people, in fact, sometimes.
Really? Yes.
Is
what I
that the
guess what I
film
got.
where it's a vigilante squad going after superheroes?
Yeah, but it's
I've seen the
for
trailer
good
of that
reason.
where there's one of them that's like it's like the Flash, and he runs into the
Yeah.
guy's girlfriend, and then it's just left with he's holding her hands.
That's how it starts. Basically.
Oh, great! Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Off topic.
Yeah, off topic.
It only takes us 5
People
minutes.
don't-
But anyway,
And the PTSD start.
But there's one bit involving a plane and people not surviving.
if I'm gonna make sure that I'm ahead on my horse as to keep the, and I've got the child on like across my lap, so my body is blocking it from the view of the others.
Okay. Which is good because it's what did you? It was just a sheet, right? It was one of
So
your bed.
it was a thick blanket, yeah.
thing. Okay. Okay, that's good because if it was just like a white sheet, then that would have been pretty. It would have been pretty simple to figure out what was going on there. But no, if it's like a woolen blanket or something like that for a cold night, then you're fine. You should probably mark down as well. You've used up some of your rope because I'm assuming you would have tied it off somehow to keep it closed. So you've probably used up a bit of rope to get that.
Yep. Okay.
You know. But yeah, you're going along as a group in the order, and you've made it through the worst part of the forest from what you can reckon. And you're still about how long did it take you to get there? Probably 2 hours straight getting back to the northern part of Tacova. That's about where you're at right now. So if there's anything you'd all like to do or talk about or anything like that, you can go ahead, or we can move on to going through the skip over the overland.
I'm totally gonna go there and say, did we divvy up the cash?
Nah,
Oh, that's
I
right.
wanna say
That was the other
no.
thing that you got. You found
have-
a crap load of items.
Yeah,
in
we haven't
the
the
oven.
cash or the
No,
loot.
no. We will do that after we've dealt with the kids.
But
Yeah, our one has all of it.
all
right
intents and
now.
purposes, we can do that now, like just to save time.
we
in
can do the math.
yeah,
and all that.
we can do the math
Yeah,
now.
someone do the math in the
Um,
background.
Also, there was an item in the thing that I was gonna ask if I could claim, if possible.
There's a couple items in there that you've been able to identify one of them, just kind of normally. The other one.
One needs
Would it
identifying.
be possible to
Two of them you'd
ritual
identify.
cast identify while
Wow.
sitting on a dog?
Yes, because your ritual casting involves playing your instrument. It doesn't require setting up a ritual.
Yeah, I'd allow it.
Okay.
I'd allow it. He's correct. If you were a wizard, it would be more like you'd have to
Right.
put down incense
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
you'd have to
wizards,
draw
warlocks,
circles
clerics
and
need to
that.
draw circles
Yeah.
and stuff, whereas yours all comes from music.
music. So you're basically playing kind of a melodic tune that's very. It's not necessarily like nice to listen to. It's not
Right.
like
It
it's
has
not a music. It's
I
more
just
that it's-
imagine him sat there with a flute going, "Do, do, 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 do." And if some mystical snake comes up, like whispers of smoke of snakes comes up, it's magical.
Well,
I think it's
Well,
more
it's
the
like-
idea
it's-
of like he plays different notes to try and to see if they resonate with the magic being sent off by whatever item it is. So it's like trying to mix and match, I guess.
You've all heard our one ritual cast before, and it's in a lot of ways it's not nice to listen to because it's not meant for human ears. This is very this is the bard's purview, as they have found certain notes and tones and things that can create effects in the world, which is part of why bards can bard. So you're doing that, and it takes you your ritual casting. So are you just going to be doing that on all the items? And
All
seeing
of the items.
on seeing which one's got an effect and which one doesn't? Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
He'd have a good idea because he did look at him with detect magic.
Yeah.
So
All
he
right,
would know
that
which
makes
ones are
sense.
magical, but he doesn't know what.
This still
kind.
shows our bag of holding in here.
Oh, it does. You should have. Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, you should.
It's on
have that
R1.
R1.
It's on R1.
Yeah. So I can get rid of that in a bit. Okay, so you find. Well, actually, you know the adamantine breastplate. That was something you had already figured out. There was an amulet in there. When you cast ritual, you find out that it is an amulet of health.
Okay.
So that provides you with your Constitution score is 19 while you wear this amulet. There's no effect if your Constitution score is 19 or higher. So that can provide you with extra health. You also find. Hold on a second.
Shit, that's also very useful.
There was a
Yeah.
nice thing of chainmail that whenever you look, it's a very bright chainmail. Whenever you go through it and cast your identify, you find it is a scale mail armor of force resistance, so it resists force damage.
Christ. Oh, wow.
Everything else seems to be fairly mundane. A lot of gems, all the gold pieces, and other pieces of finery. And so you have 3 magic items from there. Technically 3. I guess the adamantine is a magical item.
How many items can you be attuned to? It's 2, right?
It's 2.
Ah, shit.
And that because of the way the amulet of health works, it gives you extra health because your Constitution score is retroactive. It provides you with extra HP throughout all your levels.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Well, I was just thinking on the fact that I'm a fucking sorcerer, so I need that for maintaining spells if I'm hit. I need con. It's a con save to keep a spell from. So that's any of us
You're
that
also
are
the
casters. Yeah, that too.
We did just see Justinia get his shit pushed in by a tree in one turn, so
That's-
maybe give it to him.
But what's his
Hank.
con already?
What's your con, Ustenia?
15.
Okay, then it would be worth still on Ustinia.
He has the best thing he has is he has 20 AC, which is why it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily matter as much. But
Yeah. 20 AC. So I mean, unless it's from the scale mail, so you got to be beating the +2 scale mail for me to even.
I mean,
really
I have
like this
17
one.
con, so if you want to give me that, I'd go up to 18 Constitution, have more HP, and
Yeah.
it'd be more of an off tank as well.
Yeah.
Quickly
The only
looking
reason
over,
I'd throw
the average Constitution score of the party is 14, which R1 and Rivellon both have 14. 13
I have
for Isaac,
13.
17 for Sesh, and 15 for Stenya. So
Yeah.
I have the highest con score. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, well, the only reason I would take like volley taking it, but it's not as bad, is the fact that obviously Constitution saves are for concentration spells, of which I have quite a lot. So going from a +1 on that to, going from a +4 to a +8 on those, because I'm naturally proficient in it. So going from a +4 to a +8 on con
Oh,
would
it doubles your
be,
save.
yeah.
I'm not proficient in Constitution save, so you might as well take it. In that case.
But no, here's the thing for me. I'm already attuned to 2 items.
Isaac loaded down with magic shit already.
Oh.
I've got one that adds one to my AC, which is my Ioun
Who
Stone.
has the lowest con save then? Probably.
Whoa.
Lowest con
Hear
save?
me out. I can give the Ioun Stone to Ustinia, giving him an extra +1 to his AC.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, we just see- we just see-
Ustinia, how many magic items are you attuned to?
None.
Exactly. So,
See,
so you'd be
So
able
your
to take
AC
this
would be
stone,
21.
so you can have the 21. I take the con thing, attune to that, get the con bonus to help with the spell casting. The only thing is, then I'm lowering my AC again.
to 14.
Right. So
Yeah.
what were we debating here?
We're just divvying up items.
Okay.
There's
so
there's an amulet of health. There's an amulet of health inside the hall that gives you a 19 con if you wear it. Isaac wants to wear that so that he can have better constitution saves if he has to take a concentration check on a spell. Because
Okay.
you have to take concentration checks if he gets damaged while there's a spell, which he would. If you, I think the way concentration works is it's either 10. It's either half the damage you took or 10, whichever one is the lowest. So
Plus, it would help his
No,
health.
so
it's a minimum of 10. Minimum of 10.
It's a minimum of 10, and then if the spell damage is high enough, it's half the spell damage. So if someone did
that's the way
32
you do
damage to me,
So you're wanting the amulet of health. I've got no problem with that because my con's already fairly decent.
yeah.
What was it you was talking about giving me?
Oh, it's
He
an item that I
has
already
two-
have.
Yeah, he has 2 attuned magic items already, so to use the amulet, he'd have to get rid of one of his attunement items. So he wants to get rid. He has the Star of Palor,
Which I'm not getting rid of.
already, which he's not getting rid of. But he has an Ioun Stone of Protection, which is this little stone that he wears that gives him a +1 AC.
And I don't
Automatically.
particularly want to get rid of it because I bought it and it cost me enough.
Yeah, but that amulet of health is really good for him. So he's wanting to trade you, or he's wanting to give you the Ioun Stone, since that'll give you a ridiculously high AC, which is in no way going to affect the party at all.
So that would be my thing. But the thing is, originally,
Sure.
before that was identified, I was going to make a play to try and get the adamant breastplate, because that doesn't require attunement and it would up my AC. But
I have no interest in the adamantine breastplate because again, it's lower AC than what I already have, and I already have resistance to several other damage types when I'm in range. So I mean, it'll give me resistance. I would lose 1 AC to gain resistance to force attacks.
Well, no, that's not the one I'm asking for. I'm just asking for the...
why are you listed as having alcohol resistance?
Because I wanted something in there.
He doesn't want animal kebabs.
Well, there's the thing. We've now actually, in this hall, got 2 pieces of medium armor. One that's magical, and the other's an adamantine breastplate.
Which technically does count as magic. It does count as magic.
Well, okay.
Who can wear medium armor?
We can
though?
all wear medium armor, but the cleric
we
and the... Oh, can you not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's what it does. It turns critical hits into normal hits.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is another reason I was gonna say for me, because I was like, the amount, like, just as a thing of just making me less squishy. But that was
You are kind of the squishiest. Of
yeah.
Yeah.
Deer leans in
Because
and
there
says, is he always like this?
there is a chance that if somebody critical hits me, I just die. Because if someone hits,
Not if you have the amulet of health, though. Remember, the amulet of health
Maybe.
it gives you a 19 with so a 19.
Okay,
your
can I
bonus
quickly
to
put in a
Constitution-
19 to see what it will do to my health?
Sure, go ahead. Just remember what you currently have.
I have 13 currently, so
Okay.
So
Put in a
plus
19,
four.
Which would I think
It
you
has-
manually input your bonus on. So that would give you what's your normal so it's a plus so it's a D6 plus
Con.
plus your con.
is
So
it D6?
normally you
Yeah,
would-
D6 plus my
Yeah,
con.
D6 plus con. So originally you had a +1 to that. So now you're having +3 per level, which means you were level 6. So
3,
so
6,
you were
9,
at
12,
21.
18, 21, an extra 21.
an extra 21 on the 33 you already have.
It's 54
Holy
HP.
Yeah, no, Constitution. That's why it's really good.
I'm
That's
so.
why an
I'm
amulet
also
of health is really
just
good.
as a really out of game thing. I'm planning on taking a level in Paladin next level. So instead of being a D6,
give
it'll be a
him a-
D10.
Which I don't know if that's retroactive. I'll have to read up on multi-class.
Well, no, because that'll be
I don't
my
I
know.
don't
next
think
level.
it is.
I don't
Well, no,
think
no,
multi-classing
That would mean
dice
that,
are.
will actually give me the least amount of benefit because I already have a 17 Constitution, so it
Yeah,
wouldn't
so-
actually
Yeah.
be all that much extra HP.
Yeah. So if you're trying to compute
wait,
who has the
it-
most benefit of an amulet of health, it would be probably Isaac because it would give him almost double the HP. which would then also make the adamantine breastplate less useful. I mean, it's still useful.
Yeah.
Wait,
But
what's your
it would-
con now?
So my con,
He's on 13.
13.
Okay.
yeah, my current con is 13, which is a +1, but this would take me to 19, which is a +4.
It does mean that you cannot become anything higher than a plus 19. Because if you have anything that's if you get a plus, if you take an extra thing in con and it brings you a plus 20,
it comes back down. But
you know,
no, but that's the thing. It
it
wouldn't.
goes back down to your original. The amulet.
Well, no, it'd stay at 19 unless I
No.
normally. Yeah. But I'm saying if I unattune to the amulet of health, I'd have whatever I have
Whatever you have before, but you can't become anything higher than a 19.
Yeah.
That is your max.
while wearing that. Yeah. Which is fine, because to get higher than a 19 for me, I'd need to put 7 points into con, which I don't think I can do.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening anytime.
8,
No,
12,
not anytime soon.
So
Six.
yeah,
You have to
really.
put basically all of the next 20 levels into it, basically.
So-
Yeah.
And then the other people that can wear medium, going back to the medium armor, we got 2 sets of medium armor for this. The people that can wear medium
wearing
armor,
heavy right now.
2 of them are wearing heavy, and then that leaves me in
Are you
rifle.
wearing heavy armor?
Yeah, he
Well,
bought
no,
it
I'm
recently.
Okay,
I'm
so
wearing
wearing medium.
just remember.
Oh, you're wearing medium currently. I thought you
Yes,
were wearing
I-
heavy.
It's magical medium.
Oh,
Magical
From Scale Mail.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Because
So-
remember, just okay, go ahead. Sorry.
just so everyone remembers, scale mail is a disadvantage on stealth. So ranger
Yeah.
would probably not be a good
Oh
person
no,
to
I'm
give
not,
that
I
to.
don't want his scale mail because I am super stealth.
Yeah, but the
Um,
breastplate would work on the used
Yeah.
Riverline.
Just to point out, rival, because what are you currently wearing?
I think I'm in studded leather.
Said leather.
He's got this. Yeah,
Breastplate has a max dex bonus to AC of 2. What's your current dex bonus?
I think he's 5, right?
Is that my abilities, dex, and then
yeah.
what the plus is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
little-
number
My
underneath.
plus is 3.
Yeah. 3. So you would get.
Is there a max dex bonus on leather armor already? That's
No.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
Leather does
So
not-
you'd actually go down in AC wearing it, wouldn't you?
possibly.
Or no, it would be exactly the same.
I'd
It'd
have
be
to s-
it'd
I'd
be
have to see
exactly
what
the
the actual
same
bonus
because
for the
it's
breastplate is.
because it's already a +1 from leather armor because 13 base I think on leather armor. So it's a so it'd be exactly the same. You'd just not be able to take crits. That's the bonus you'd get from wearing it.
Well, I have to check. 'Cause,
So-
breastplate might actually provide.
Breastplate is 14 with a
Leather
max of 2.
Studded leather is
16.
is
Studded leather is 12,
oh it's 12. Okay.
but it doesn't have a limit on the dex modifier.
Oh.
Yeah. So the way this works, rival, is right now you're
Yeah.
getting 15 AC because your armor gives you a base base AC of 12.
Yeah.
And your dex adds to that to give you a
Right.
15. Heavier armor types mean they have a limit to how much that dex can add to it, but they get a higher base amount. So
Right.
so right now you would have less of a dex bonus. You'd be missing one of your dex points,
Right.
but it would still work out because
So I'd have
you're-
16 AC.
Yeah.
because you'd have 16 because the base for breastplate
Is higher.
14.
is higher. But
Yeah.
if you took more dex in your next couple of levels, it would
Yeah.
become less useful. So you'd have to kind of balance
Yeah.
that out. Right
Oh.
now, it's a good choice because you won't get crit and you have a higher AC.
Yeah.
AC.
And then what's the scale mail of force resistance? What's that do? You have resistance to force
that
damage.
resists force damage.
So it's just standard scale mail that resists force. Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's.
But that also requires
Oh.
attunement, so I can't take that.
Yeah.
Without.
Right, and that'll be
What
the.
was the other? The
Huh?
other medium armor. What was the other
The
medium?
scale mail.
That's the one I was saying. It's
Oh.
the resist
Scale
force.
mail, which
Yeah, I
isn't
can't
as
take
good
that.
because you can, but it
No, I
wouldn't be as
wouldn't
good because
take
it has
it.
Yeah, no,
it's
it's
got an AC 14 and only bonus of 2 dex to it, so you'd actually
it-
be losing
Well,
AC.
no,
Or no, you'd
scale
be-
mail
you'd be
and
equal.
breastplate have the same, but
Oh.
the scale mail has a disadvantage to stealth rolls.
yeah.
Yeah.
But is it just force damage? Yeah, force damage. I mean, we could just
Yeah,
sell that, I guess.
It looks to be in fairly good shape. It's been taken care of. There's no rust or anything. Well, I mean, it's magic, so there's not going to be any rust. But there's no degradation or it's been cleaned. There's no dirt or anything on it. It's been taken care of. This was probably something that one of them was keeping for a reason, for like
Yeah.
trade or something. So it'd be worth something. And you do know, because you've been there, I believe, Tacova does have a magic shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could sell it there.
Oh, and
As a curiosity,
Yes.
could I roll? Where is it? Is it praise thing? No. Could I roll an insight to see how much this thing might be worth as a merchant?
Well, yeah. There's no appraisal skill. Go ahead and roll an insight on that.
and then I have.
Oh,
the
no.
math worked out.
She
3,
gets
I
plus
got
7. It's not that bad. She gets plus 7. Second here.
10. I rolled 3 on the dice and I got a 10.
So if I okay, so I'm giving you the Iron Stone of protection.
I'll put that in your inventory, Stenia.
Okay, and I'll delete it out of mine.
Go, give me a second. I can drag and drop it.
It's really oh, what you're gonna drag it out of mine and put it in his?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay,
And then, real quick,
it's real nice if you read it. Just make sure you
The
remember to
breakdown.
activate it.
the breakdown of the money.
Okay.
Right.
Before we do
Is-
Might
that,
as well just type it in the
Okay.
Discord.
Oh
chat.
yeah.
might as well just type it. Before you do that, Sesh, you appraise. It's kind of and there we go. I've just transferred it over to you, Ustenia. I think you
Lovely.
might have to. I think you might have to manually increase your AC. I'm not.
You
sure.
do.
Uh,
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So you have to increase it to 21, and you'll be fine. But Sesh, you believe that in a good market, in a buyer's market, this could potentially. You're talking about the scale mail, right?
The scale
Yeah.
mail, yeah, force resistance.
Okay. It could potentially go for upwards of maybe 3,000 to 4,000 gold pieces. If it
She's,
was
like,
in a
looking
buyer's
over.
market.
And like,
Sorry.
she's kind of giving it like a nod. She's looking over it. I'm assuming this is after we've dropped the kids off and we're looking over.
no,
all
this
the
is-
stuff we
you're-
found.
No, this is on the way there.
Yeah, we're
Yeah. You're
She's
doing
she's
this while you're talking. and
took it
stuff.
and looked over it while the kids. She's probably like showing the kids, oh look, it's magical, cute, cool, sort of thing. And she's looking it over while she's doing that. And she's like, you see her face sort of like twist up a little bit, like, huh, like this is really good quality stuff. And she hands it back to, I'm assuming, Arwan. And she says in Dwarvish, we know Arwen knows Dwarvish, right?
R1 speaks Draconic as
Does
well.
not know Dwarvish.
Yeah, but we have a Dragonborn kid here, remember?
He does
Oh,
not
that's true.
speak Dwarvish.
I speak Dwarvish.
R1's the
I
odd
speak
one out of
Elvish.
almost all the languages.
Yeah. I'll say to
None of
Isaac,
y'all
I
speak
guess,
Celestial.
You should teach everyone Celestial so we all have a language we can all speak to each other in. Or you teach
I could-
Mine's Elvish.
Arwen's
Yeah.
teaching Isaac Elvish.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, she's going to say to Isaac that an armor, well, it doesn't seem like anyone's interested in wearing it. Could be worth a decent bit of coin, 2,000 gold maybe, if you're lucky.
Good to know. Well, when we get back to town, I'll go and deal with the authorities and getting
I'll go
this
with these
child.
kids and someone to keep an eye on them.
Okay, and we could send others to on the sale front to kind of save our time. 972 plus. The way I'm gonna go about this, guys. If someone rival, you're gonna take the adamant breastplate.
I think I am because
Cool,
it just
no worries.
makes sense right early
Yeah.
on, sort of thing.
So when we're in town, then I want to go and buy a breastplate because that's what I was gonna do when we first got to this town anyway, and before we had to be hurried along, if that made sense.
Yeah.
So that was something Isaac was gonna do because he's been saving money for a while for a new set of armor. Because I'm still wearing the same chain shirt I started the campaign with. So okay. It's fine. Rival, take the adamant breastplate. I'm going to go buy a breastplate.
Okay. since
Okay. How
this
do I
is
do
an
that then?
Out
Um,
of character thing.
Broach will put
because
it in
I
your inventory.
Missed a, okay, I have an out of character question because I
Give me
missed
the
a couple of
adamant
days. Takova is outside of the freeholds, correct?
Yes, we're in the Gull River Republics.
We're in the Gull River Republic, so okay.
It's the capital of it.
Right. Okay. So that means it's a big town. Okay, never mind. I answered my own question.
This is possibly the biggest trade town
Drag it across, yeah.
Right.
in the world.
I've already put it in there.
I had a
press the little bag
It was
button.
my question was answered by previous campaign
Okay.
questions that I remembered
Yeah.
about
Next
River
to Teutonia.
Yep.
I bought
Yep,
some updated maps as well. So we got the Teutonia map for this campaign now. We have one of Uteshi and Steplands. We've got this
I saw.
Takova, and I bought a load of city maps as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought
well,
hell.
if you want to take off the piece of armor that you're wearing, go to your inventory. There's like a little button next to the little dragon icon that looks like a shirt on your studded leather. Click that until it's just a bag, which means you're just carrying it, you're not wearing it, and then go up to the top where you have your adamantine breastplate, and now you equipped it, which means your AC should now be your 16. Yep, so it worked. There you go.
Does that increase my hit points?
No.
No,
Just makes you harder to hit.
It makes you harder to hit.
Something like what Isaac did, where upping your constitution, that gives you extra AC.
Oh yeah, I feel healthy. But my AC is back down to being 14 now, so I'm about as hittable as a goblin.
Goblin is like
what
an
you're telling
AC
me is
12.
Isaac actually feels like he did a bit of cardio. Basically, is what you're telling me. You know,
Well, as soon
Overall,
as
I
you
gained
put it
1
on
AC,
and
so I'm
attune
happy.
to it, as soon as you put it on and attune to it over the hour that you spend riding, which is easy enough because you're basically you're on a horse, so you're just kind of you're focusing and you're just riding. The horse is doing most of the work. You feel healthier, like your body feels a bit more like it's been through a bit. It's hard to explain if anybody here's like used to be slightly overweight and has lost weight before. It's a very it's like things are easier. Like they're not as hard, and your breathing's easier. You're moving a bit easier, and everything just seems less strenuous.
in the morning when you wake up.
That whole I feel that.
Roach, I think there's some stuff in this party fund that we might have already sold.
Shouldn't
don't
be.
think so.
You got a shitload of gems in that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So that is right, and we also there's potions in here that we should hand out to each. For example, Ustinia should take some for sure. Anyone who's often in close combat should take potions just in case they're out of range of healers. Because we got a superior and 2 greater.
Yeah, you guys can take from the party fund as well. You can just drag and drop
Oh, that's
the
cool.
dragon icon into your inventories, and that'll take.
Oh, that's okay.
That's
This
nice.
is where I ask, how many insight rolls do I need to roll to know how much this stuff is worth?
Give me one,
Just one? Okay.
just one.
Also, I can put that amulet of health in my inventory.
Some of it like
Yeah, that's pretty normal. That's pretty minimal.
These are very finely. These aren't raw gems. A lot of these are cut, and they're of high quality. They're clear for the most part. These are things that you could see like being put in like engagement rings or jewelry for like really high class women and like paramen or Yalhut. But you would have guessed that these are probably along the lines of about 100 gold pieces per gem from this haul.
Okay,
Like,
so we
each
have-
gem is about 100 gold pieces.
1, 2,
okay,
3, 4,
question.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Am I just not? Did I miss something? What is the jet?
Jet is
It's just a
gems, I
gem.
think.
It's a
Is
gem.
it
It's a gem.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
It's
And-
not
the
Jet from
Fallout 4
Fallout.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't think so. I was making sure. And then there's 5 potions that aren't identified as anything.
Oh, are they not identified?
It just says potion.
Oh, then those should have been it. Those are potions of healing.
Okay.
I think we should probably give those to Justinia and maybe give one to
One.
Brother.
I've
Oh, I
taken
want- oh, yeah.
2 potions of greater healing, so the lower
Yeah,
potions.
you take the potion of greater healing, we'll give 3 of the potions of healing to R1 and 2 to
Can I have some? Can I have
Yeah.
we'll give 2 to Mimir.
Yeah. Who's taking the
I just need
superior?
the one. Can I just take one?
No, we'll give you 2. We'll give
Give
you
him two of them because we got 5 standard ones. So
I will
Alright.
also
Mira will
by
take
the
two.
way for those burns, and she'll hand him an ointment because he's going to have a lot of skin burns. So
It's fine.
Chafing under the breastplate. His half
Like,
plate.
thank you.
Can I take those scrolls?
Sure.
Yeah,
Cool.
Those are if there's nothing if something's not identified, let me know because everything should be identified in the party fund at this point. So,
Oh,
but
but
it's,
Oh,
we have
I'm just-
12 actually. We
Can
have
you
12
just
games. I didn't see
get the
Tour
bag
Marine
of
at the
holding
bottom.
out of
We have
there?
12
Because
games.
I already have that in my inventory.
oh, did you put that? Did you manually
Yeah.
put that in?
I
there?
manually put that in a while ago.
Okay. I'll.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Did you you manually put that in? But do you have? Like, I don't know if the. If
Oh.
let me go ahead and just.
Yeah.
If I click on your bag of holding, I could actually manually put. I could drag it in there, and you'll actually have.
Oh yeah,
it.
and the Ruby
Okay,
Griffin
yeah,
potions
yeah.
for you. That's also in there, in the party sheet. That's for
For me?
R1. Yeah, because
Oh,
that
okay.
increases movement speed for a short amount of time.
Oh. Yeah, I was looking at Xanthar's guide at the racial feed. I'm thinking about getting the, what is it, stout nimbleness or something?
Oh, yeah, the
'Cause it
one that
gives
can
me
be for
5 more
dwarves
feet
or
of movement,
halflings,
so I
yeah.
could move a normal amount.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Thank
you
you.
now have the actual bag of holding in your inventory, which
alright.
does now reflect that it's always 15 pounds, no matter what.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah. You might want to also go ahead. Anything that you have in your bag of holding, you should make sure that it's clicked and so there's nothing in the little carried icon, so it's just blank, which means it doesn't have any weight.
Right.
That's why there's now you're no longer carrying that extra 45 pounds. So
It's 10 silver to 1 gold, isn't it?
yeah, it's 10 to 1 for every denomination, except for Illyrium.
Yeah.
Which is
5 to 1.
Yeah.
But that's a trade currency, which
Yeah.
is why it's a little bit more.
But yeah, and then the figurine of turquoise animal. That's just money objects. So yeah, we just okay. So when we get to the city,
Those are. Sesh would have also been able to identify or to appraise both the carvings, little ivory statuettes, and the carvings and stuff. The turquoise animal is really fine, and you can see this going for probably about 200 to 300 gold pieces to a collector.
okay.
If you sold it to the right one. And the ivory would be about similar, both of the ivory ones. But these are like religious symbols. You can definitely see these being sold in like a general market for
Yeah.
about that much because they're about that big and they're really finely crafted and carved, like super detailed. So these would be really up there in terms of price.
What kind of
Alright,
time of
I'll
day
look
is
at
it
information.
right now?
It's afternoon. You're talking maybe
So-
about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon.
So
Maybe
we'll probably
got
wanna
about
do another
4
night in
hours
town.
till sunlight. Yeah, till sundown. About 4 hours till sundown.
So we'll be doing another night in town. Do we want to stay at the really fancy place again, guys, or
Yes!
Well,
Well,
we
it's
just
not
made a
loud.
fuck ton of money, so why not?
we do have a fuck ton of money now each? So
When I say a fuck ton, I literally mean a fuck ton. If we probably
Yes,
put our gold
you-
out,
I'm
So-
actually considering turning my 1,300 silver into 130 gold.
yeah.
You can do that in town if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Roach.
Just for the hell of it.
Turn it into 100 gold.
Just so you can reflect it on the party sheet. 30 platinum,
Okay.
566 gold,
Wait, is
And
that including the
900
previous amount that was in our
and
party sheet?
97.
Yeah.
Yeah.
37.
Okay.
So currently, it should be reflected. There's 30 in the party sheet left. That's spare.
Yeah.
979 in silver. Sorry, 979. Yeah.
979.
Okay. Cool.
So in the party sheet, you have 30 platinum pieces, 566 gold pieces, 1 Illyrium piece, 979 silver pieces, and 86 copper pieces because nobody wants copper.
And okay, and just the way, so everyone knows the way I'm doing this is I'm just taking whatever's put into there
Yeah.
and just dividing that up. So each time it'll be slightly different than what it should be.
Right.
We're
Okay.
keeping
So
it
it's not an
its
equal
own
share.
thing.
It's just like it's a leftovers.
It's your
Yeah.
slush fund. It's everything.
I'm
it's
dividing
everything that
everything
doesn't divide
by
evenly.
6,
Yeah.
and then I make sure everything divides evenly by 6, so it gets its share plus the little bits.
Okay, no
So,
worries.
yeah, it's your spare money. It's your spare money
Um,
for everybody to use
yeah.
if they need
It's
it.
in case like
Unless
someone's
you
like,
want
"Oh,
me
I
to
really
start-
want to buy this thing, but it's kind of like 5 gold too much. I'll just take 5 gold from the party fund
Yeah.
and pay it back at some point."
Yeah, so unless
works.
you want me to start keeping books for the party fund, I can
I'll probably do that. I
become
can do that. I'm a
I
merchant.
can
So,
become more.
Just to plan what we're doing in
Critical.
town for a bit. Also, actually, the last potion that's in the party sheet, I think we should give it to Sesh, because there was that time that Sesh pretty much went almost down in one hit, and we were almost without a healer. And that potion does 8d4 plus 8 heals. So
Yes.
It's a good
Well,
emergency.
you have to remember
if you
when
need
I
it.
heal somebody, I heal half that amount.
Yeah, but if you get knocked down to almost nothing,
yeah, if you're without healing spells and you've got to save them to heal other people, to stop you from going down, a potion's a good use.
All right. Oh yeah, sure.
And
I'll take that.
And I'm always
8d8
at
is
range anyway, so I don't need it.
yeah me.
Why
Well,
do you
that's the
have
thing.
Mexican breastplate? You're not being hit at all.
Me
Because
well,
if
no,
I do
but-
get a crit hit, I'm in trouble.
yeah, me and Rival are normally more or further out of the combat generally. I mean, I might be less
They've
so
almost-
depending on my next thing, but
Both
the
of them
last
have almost
couple,
gone down.
yeah. But here's
Right,
when
so to
I've also went
clarify,
down
we kind of rushed ahead there. With the stats, was that because we had old stuff that had already been divided up still in the party list?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
yeah.
And what are we doing about the gems? I assume, are we just gonna like
I'll
be
sell
selling
them
those.
and
Se-
then split?
Yeah, we'll
I'll
split.
be
We'll,
taking all the stuff that needs to be sold, and I'll be taking it to market and selling all of it. and
yeah,
giving
I
you the
think
rest
in
of
town we send. Whoever wants to come with me, we'll deal with the police and inform them, because I want to talk to the constabulary and tell them, you've got a fucked up forest. Send some people to fix it, or start advertising mercenaries to go in there or something. Like, say like propaganda and
raid
say,
boss.
heroes,
area.
find your fortune by defeating, that sort of thing.
the raid area. Oh my god.
Because and also I want to make sure these kids get home and such. But Sesh, you're a merchant by trade, so you're going to be the best person to send to sell things. Maybe with R1, who's good at convincing people. You guys can double team selling stuff and get us as much money as we can from that, and we'll divide it out again. And then Ustinir and Demir, you're free to do whatever you want in town for the evening, I think, because I think Rivals wants to come with me.
Yesterday, since
I'll go
we
with
were
you,
on
mate.
that-
Yeah.
And
And
we were on that. Sorry, I can't remember the name of the really fancy inn because we only ever heard it once.
yeah, the Silver Cup.
Silver Cup.
And then we all
So we
meet
went
at the
to-
Silver Cup and enjoy an evening together, and then we'll set out in the
Which
morning,
was-
heading for
Wasn't it,
Ustinir's
like,
family.
right next
Yes.
to the marketplace, right? Or close enough to it?
Oh yeah, it's right next to the main market. Yeah,
When did the
but the main market
actually
is like
close?
the main market is like the
that
the
big area
general
right
market?
next to where we came in, right? Where we
yeah, right next to
came
the Sky
down
Tower. That's where a lot of general goods are sold, but the whole district that it's located in is let's see here. No, it's not the Silver Cup. That was the wrong one. The Silver Cup's the Elvish place
right,
in
right.
the Elvish part of town. The one that you stayed at is the
So we had
Sleeping
our
Bear.
Phoenix.
The Sleeping Bear
The
is
Sleeping
is the one that you stayed at. But the Moon Market is kind of like the market that was in Gorgon, so it's a lot of general goods and stuff. But it's in the Moon Street district, which is a lot of merchants are in there. So if you wanted to spend a little extra time to find an actual jeweler's shop or a gem trader, or the
she'd be
our
willing to do that,
guilds,
but I wanted to
Yeah.
ask when do all this stuff close? Because she'd like to.
as far as you could tell, it didn't.
Yeah,
Like,
she'd like
this
to go with
place-
Isaac first and drop the kids off and make sure they're okay because she seems to be the only one of the 2 people here who are actually good with kids. So,
Well,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a good idea.
well, I mean, you'll be able to drop the kids off, but because I'm literally we'll be taking them to the police, the guard
we're taking them to
station.
the police, and I'm
And
dropping
then you
them
can
off
go
with the-
while
with
I
the-
talk
with
to
the guards and telling them to be good and that they're
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to their families
that's
soon
fine.
and
We'll all be
that.
there, and then we'll break from there. Is the idea? Because I want a conversation with the guys, and then I want to take the fallen one to the family.
It's Hira and Alwian or Alwan, right?
Yeah.
Is the
Alwan,
Elvish boy?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she'll tell both of them to be good and that their parents will be here soon.
and then we'll all meet back at the posh hotel for the evening before setting
Hotel.
back up
You
on
just
our quest.
stick your finger out.
Was
while
there
you're
a
drinking
bath
ale.
in town? A baths in town?
You didn't go to one, but
Did
it
anyone
looks like
look?
they didn't look for one, though the Sleeping Bear is definitely an establishment that would have a personal bath if you wanted to spend a little extra on that.
Okay.
So if you want, they
We
don't
ate
necessarily,
we ate phoenix at this place. It is classy.
yeah, roasted. Yeah, they ate roasted phoenix as their main course. And,
Wow.
and each table is enchanted with an automatic song list, essentially.
Which was
it
awkward
plays
when
music.
like, the guards came in.
It plays music associated with the mood of the table.
Which was really awkward when the guards came in and told us, "Hey, kids are being kidnapped," and we're like, "Oh,
Yeah, it had a bit of a breakdown in terms of what it had to play.
It just did that record scratch thing where it's like, "Oh shit, I don't know what to play right now."
Okay.
So yeah,
But yeah, if you wanted to actually get like a bath or something like that, you could go to the Sleeping Bear and definitely pay for that. You're not exactly you're not sure if Takova would have a like a public bath or a bath house as a thing, because definitely not as Gorgon, because dwarvish culture does highlight
Right.
kind of communal baths and that kind of stuff. Very Romanesque in that sense. Not as much the further away you get from there. So you may or
Okay.
may not strike, pay dirt there. There is a lot of dwarves that live in Takova, along with a lot of other cultures. So who knows? Maybe a dwarvish
Yeah.
bathhouse.
Okay.
So
okay.
up to you what you got in there. But we'll say you spend the rest of the time getting into town, and it looks fairly good in terms of everything. People are out in the fields outside of Takova. You see a lot.
Do they
of,
fight
a
for
lot
their
of,
meals?
You see a lot of people going through and preparing for harvest. You all know from checking kind of the time of the year and keeping track of the date. Very close to Harvest Night, which is the night right before general harvest takes place in a lot of the continent. A lot of people get all the grains and stuff. So you have to.
I don't know how to do the whisper function. Sorry.
Just right click on the
Right click on
character.
there.
I'm just looking
Oh,
at that,
oh.
Yes, you can
looking
whisper
at that
like
translation,
clicking.
But I love the racial language function and that's hopefully it stays inside of Fantasy Grounds.
Oh yeah, it has to, because it's like, I think it's like, that's a great selling point for me. I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I didn't whisper in the language I wanted it to.
Oh,
I
you
don't think
whisper
I don't
in
think it-
Uteshian into my ear,
I
like.
don't think it whispers in a language.
yeah, it's just whispers.
Are you
but
whispering that
you head
sweet,
into town.
silky Teshian drawl in my ear?
You're able
Couldn't
to
be
head
anything but
into
sweet or silky. So
you head into town, past the fields, and move into the town, the city proper. Are you just like going to the nearest guard you can find, and then like getting pointed towards like the main guard?
Yeah,
house,
essentially.
like, guard
Unless
barracks?
it's one of the guards I recognise, and then I will explain more of what's happened.
Well, it's a town of almost, let's see here, 50,000 people, so that's probably not likely. You've only been here one day.
Yep,
So
fair.
if you live here for like a year, you probably won't know who half the guards in town are.
this, by the for reference, Gorgon had a population of I think 30,000. So this is a
Big
this is
city.
Actually, I can tell.
Big fucking place, man.
Let's see. Gorgon had a population of 39,000 people. So this is much
Not too
larger.
Not too far.
In terms of size, and it's also much more spread out because it's not as vertical. But you go to a guard, and you're like, we need or directions for the air for the main guard barracks or to your commander.
Yeah.
And they point you to a they point you into some directions towards the interior part of the city where they tell you there's the headquarters of the city guard. It's a big building, multiple story, made of colored brick. You'll be able to see it. Can't miss it. So you're given those directions. Are you splitting off now, or are you all going what's your exact plan of action for?
Well, I've only got so much time before it's nightfall, so we probably should break up quickly and.
R1 wants to go to the police house or police station. He wants he's seeing that through.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, are we
wanted
all
to-
going to the police station then?
Yeah, I will.
And then we'll
tell,
break off and do our various trading and what
I will
goods
tell
and all.
Rivlon that I don't think that the trade block ever closes down. It just seems to constantly go from what I saw last night, from what I heard. So we're not really in any
Fine.
rush, I don't think.
At least the moon market does. You're not sure about the individual shops, but the moon market
Yeah,
does.
but if we
seem to
can't
stay
find a
up.
shop that's open, we'll just go there and sell our shit.
Yeah, probably a little bit less in price, but yeah. Okay, so you can do that. It doesn't take you long. You travel along the roads and you're following the directions. It's pretty straightforward. Actually, unlike most of the other cities you're in, and a little bit very different. It seems that the government of Takova does understand the importance of labels. So almost all of these streets have names.
Oh, good.
And so this is very hard to get lost in. Gorgon had no names. It was mostly just you had to know where you were going or have very good directions. This is mostly like take a right on 4th, go down to the 3rd, and then it's
Try New York, I'd imagine, if New York had a lot more signposts.
a bit, but not as planned. This is still very Euro-esque in terms of the layout. It's very like it's
I
been
know, I lived
made
there.
through the
Great.
century. No, no, no. Give me a grid city. I can know where I am in there. But no. So
You'd hate it
you're
You would hate it.
but you're able to follow directions really quickly. No problems. You know, an idiot could find their way through the city if they had the directions. So I'm not gonna make you roll because you're not idiots most of the time. Yay! But you do arrive at what you've been told is the headquarters of the guard, the city guard. And they're right. Can't miss this. Cannot miss this. It seems that this has been painted. It's brick. Very uniform brick. Probably like kiln-made brick that builds up the whole building, but it's been painted. And it's like a darkish blue color standing out against the
It's just like police stations in London. What's the ones by the train, by Victoria Station? There's anyone who knows London. There's the
I
big
don't.
bright blue train station,
Well,
police
it's not
station.
bright. Think of it as a couple of shades lighter than a navy blue, is what you're looking at.
I will get you a photo because it's exactly that.
But you do see that as a building there, and it's somewhat active. Like there's some guards going in and out every so often. It does have like a big open front door to like what looks to be a lobby with some windows on the side, and it looks to be open. What it is, and there's like some hitching posts next to the doors so that you can put your horses there if you'd like.
I lift the children down off the horse.
Okay, they've calmed down quite a bit. They're mostly following like on your coattails, or
hold
your
their
tail,
hands.
and you're actually your tail
Definitely
because you actually have one.
No, I will definitely hold their hands though.
Okay, yeah, so you've got them. So are you just going in and you're asking for who are you asking for? Like, what do you specifically?
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go to the whoever's at. Is there a desk? Is there like a?
There's a couple. There's a couple.
Okay.
Like there's
Reception lady
looks to-
sitting there. She's wearing glasses. Great.
There's a lot of people that look to be their job is to sit there and take complaints or reports and stuff. There's a couple of open desks.
I'm gonna go in and explain the situation, naming the officers that that originally set us onto this case and asked for our help, and say that we found some of the missing children and would like to resolve this with your commanding officer.
Okay. Okay. Do you know the names of those officers?
Isaac does, but Midgeman does not.
Okay.
Take better notes, boy. Isaac pulls out his
hang on.
like
Getting
shit, I
too
can remember
complacent. Getting too complacent.
I am.
See, this is why you just have to get that feat where you just remember everything for like a month. So even if you don't take the notes, your character remembers.
You see, I didn't write it down because
We're just slowly going to get a cat as well. Is that what we're saying? And wear some scarves.
Well, then you also have to burn your parent.
Oh God.
It's true.
And start talking in a Teutonian accent, wouldn't it? It would be for our university, be a Teutonian accent rather than a
Teutonian accent.
talking.
How deep Teutonian are we going, though? Are we going
Well,
like?
it would be
you know.
German accent. Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
No, I've got all the information about the case about Le Dyke, but I don't have the officer's names. Oops.
You don't have your contact at the actual
Yeah.
the actual
So
official police force.
Maybe it's time to roll an intelligence check and maybe.
Yeah. Do I remember?
I'll let you. I'll say.
Nope.
I'll say I was gonna say I'll let Isaac kind of just have known this. It's only been a day,
Yeah.
so I will let that happen.
But that bodes well for tonight.
It takes a minute for him to get it. It takes a minute for him.
Yeah,
to
it
get
takes him a minute.
Hang on.
You
hold
My
on.
present
bad.
your info. What happened? She looks bored until you start getting into, and then there were green hags, a coven, and there were.
Oh,
looks up from like the little dime novels she was reading.
And there was like a what was it called? A grim bark or something like that.
Oh, the
Bolts and lightning,
Narwood.
very, very frightening.
Me, Galileo.
There was thunderbolts and lightning. Christ. Killed a kid. I don't
The
tell her
lightning
that
didn't kill
part.
the
I
kid.
don't tell her
Don't
that
tell her
part.
that.
Don't tell her that part.
I won't tell her that. I'm holding the
The
kid's hands
dead
right now.
child.
I
want to point out you did ride up to a police station with a dead body on your horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isaac is not smart.
I'm guessing session that because I'm just coming to get whoever's inside to come to us. I'm explaining. I'm guessing we haven't fully dismounted. We've got the kids off, but we're not like fully off of our horses yet.
Okay. I'll say you go through it
Yeah.
and you explain what happened. Okay. She goes, "Oh, give me a moment. I'll talk to my supervisor. Just stay there."
Bureaucracy has begun.
All right, Cheryl.
Oh, I need the
This
pink
is where
form.
Arwen just goes, this is never going to fucking happen. It's going to sit there.
Please fill out this form. Give us the carbon copy underneath.
Sign
So you
it,
gotta
date
fill out
it,
this
triplicate.
Form P16 to P25, and then you've also got to include the F3 and F4 additions.
And they must be done in triplicate.
Yeah. Signed in triplicate. Initial
This
here.
is where like
Print
Seth
here.
just hands somebody the kids and just goes, "I left the guard to stop doing paperwork. I'll see you guys later."
So it takes you stand next to the desk for like 5 minutes. You haven't seen her. Everybody's
Isaac's
just
fine.
kinda
He's very used to
going
bureaucracy.
on about their days. There's a drunk like at a desk over about 10 feet over that way, and somebody's taking down their statement, and he's got cuffs on.
You got a pair of manacles on.
Yeah, he's just going like that. He's just talking about apparently somebody insulted his mother, and he just had to hit him. Going probably some sort of
punch him in the
bar
mouth.
fight. Yeah. Just not,
This
yes,
is where
I'm sure,
Seth should be
sir.
like, "It
Mhm,
reminds me
yes.
so much of home. I don't want to be here."
Yeah, it's very like New York precinct inside.
There's at least two guys over there who are way too jacked for how short
There's
they are.
a drunk tank somewhere in the corner.
Yeah.
A couple of
There are two dudes
Pretty
by the
standard.
water cooler who are way too jacked, but also way too short. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then there's and then the ratio of like people in shape and out of shape is like 2 to 1 out of shape.
Yeah.
just like because
There's
their
people who
department
are,
doesn't
like,
require
cops who
physicals
are
after you
really
actually get
jacked,
in the
and then
department.
there's the
Yeah.
office job
Yeah.
dudes.
That's a thing in the U.S. By the way.
I know it
Most
is.
departments don't require you to stay in shape or pass physical requirements after you're in the department. So, which is
I mean, to be fair, in
So
the 1920s,
you have
if
to be
you're over
in shape to
63,
get the
into
job,
it.
and then after that, sod it.
It
Yeah,
sort
most-
of depends.
it's area by area or state by state or town by town even.
Or like position. Like if you're a beat cop that is driving a patrol car, then you
no,
most
they're
places, some places.
no. Most places still don't.
Really?
They require most cases don't
Whoa.
require. That's why do you see so many beat cops that are obviously well overweight for
Well,
what they should be. It's not a
they can
requirement in a lot of
run.
places.
Those
Sometimes
brothers can run.
Sometimes.
This is why they
There's-
have guns.
Yeah, or tasers.
This is why they have guns.
Or a
because they're like
charger with a
Oh my
souped up
God.
engine.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
Take away the police guns.
Anyways, other than commenting on the current state of United States policing, after about 5 minutes, the woman comes back and she has an individual who's dressed as a guard normally is, but he doesn't have. He's not wearing essentially the stuff you would see like a guard on the streets would have. He doesn't have a club, and he doesn't have a manacle on his belt or anything like that. He looks to be more probably just stays in the building most of the time, and he's paperwork, probably equivalent of a lieutenant or something. Sir, looks down to a piece of paper. Isaac, saying you have, from what Meryl here was telling me, you have some new information and possibly located the children in the missing children's case.
Yes.
He turns around.
If you follow us outside, we have 2 of the 3. Unfortunately, one of the children didn't make it. We brought the body back to be returned to its family. But 2 of the children made it out safe. We dealt with the problem. Your suspect, Mr. Earl Dyke, I believe it is. Dyke.
Mr. Dyke.
Yes. He is no more. The hags killed him for the piece of evidence that I initially gave in the necklace. That
yes, that's in the evidence locker right now. Yeah.
destroyed. I don't know why I didn't realize it before, but that's what's known as a hag's eye. They could use it to look, and it was directly connected to the coven. Mr. De Hike seemingly had been killed for losing said item. It's not a good item to keep around. They can control it magically, and it uses a real eye.
Killed them though. So do they?
Yes, but I wouldn't want to risk maybe another coven if there was one. Somehow taking the magic. It's an evil item. I would just have it destroyed.
I'll have to go talk to my supervisor about that.
Yeah,
But
but that's with you. But
show me the children. We'll get their statements, and the rest of your band will. We'll put a close to this if everything checks out. You're gonna be. We're gonna need some paperwork done. And in fact, why don't you bring them inside if you can, and we'll get through this.
What would you like me to do with the body? I was hoping. We've got the names of the children that we found. Would you like me to return it to the family?
And a click. I can't whistle to save my life.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
A little whistle and a snap. Yeah. And it looks like 2. I'm just turning this into the 9-9 or something. Like 2 beat cops.
9-9.
One of them is 3. One of them is
One of
Terry
them's
Crews.
Yeah. Sergeant Tear Bear, and it's actually like an owl bear.
No, that's the. Oh my god, that is amazing! Instead of having German shepherds as like police cops, they have owlbear officers that control owlbears to subdue suspects. That'd be fucking amazing.
That's so terrifying.
Oh dear.
Get him! Get him! And you just see an owlbear going. Woo! Yeah.
That's where everyone in the room shits themselves.
It's like the magical TSO. We've now got the
Come
magical
out of the
police
building and
force.
surrender, or we will send in the owlbear.
Well, that actually just off topic again. There's a game coming out soon called Breach Wizards, which is tactical police force, but they're wizards. So like you have it's currently in development, and I'm following it, and it's set in like with British police force colours. So there's like a wizard, and instead of a taser, he's got a shock wand and stuff.
You can't use D&D spells, but that's where you have shocking grasp. Like taser.
But it's funny because like the British police hats where they're like a soft cap with the checkerboard around it. It's like a dark blue wizard's cap with a checkerboard around it, and like he's got like a yellow high-vis that says wizard on the back, and it's like it's such cool art. I'll share that game because that's fun.
I love that stuff. Yeah, I need to share that because I might be interested. Okay, so but yeah, like 2 cops come out and they ask, bring us to the body. We'll take charge of it.
Okay.
Put it away. So you're all brought into the department, and
I'm carrying 2 kids.
Carrying, or are you just holding hands?
Carrying. If they're probably tired, I'm gonna carry them.
Okay. So yeah, they bring you in. I'm gonna say to get past a lot of this. It's just Midge just linked the preview image is amazing. It's like a baton, but it's a
with a crystal, yeah.
With a crystal, that's amazing. It'd be even better if the flashlight was a wand with a light spell at the end of it, and it's just like it's just coming in. But to get past some of the fluff here, I'm gonna say you guys spend.
I want to
hours.
tell the police officers. I want to give them some gold to give to the family of the deceased child.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I was gonna give them like
how much?
10 gold. That's still a lot for a peasant family.
10 days' wages for a trained
peasant family. Yeah, it's
professional,
10 gold. So I want to, because that'll help pay for
Okay.
the burial of their kid, because it deserves
All
it.
right. They'll take it. They'll take it, and they'll give it to the family when they do. But I'm gonna say it takes you about 2 hours to get through this, because they basically what they're doing is they're splitting all of you into individually.
I
and
know
putting you at a
exactly what they're
separate
doing.
desk.
I've done this before.
Yeah, to a separate desk,
So
and
have
they're
I.
having you make statements.
I already
about
came
what
with
happened.
a written statement. That was one of the things I did on the ride
I'm
over.
there. I'm sitting there. I hand over the statement. It's already signed.
You got your
and everything.
notepad, and it's like,
Yeah.
eh.
And they're really annoyed with me because mine's like 5 pages long.
I was
Yeah.
just singing his. Just
Rival's just sitting there going,
Funny enough
"I
for the
can't
2
read and write."
Etesians. Funny enough for the 2 Etesians, the officers go, "Do you need a Etesian translator here with you?"
Harsh.
Excuse me, what did you say?
They deal with Etesians a lot. They're right on the border. So
You realize we come to the city every year to trade. We can communicate. We're not
some
idiots.
people have it. Some of your people have trouble with common. We're just here to.
I like the idea that they've got like an intercom that's like a crystal in a box, that they've got like a sending stone where there's just on the other, they've got a translator on the other end of the sending stone. It's just like it has to go through that, like they do, like you see in like Border Force and that, or any of those sort of TV shows, where it's like instead of the translator coming in, they're on the other side of a phone just on loudspeaker. Just
But you get through it because you didn't actually lead to the death of the child, and because that was not your fault, and because you do have 2 law enforcement. I'm going to say you don't get ringed out as much as you'd think you probably would have, though they do ask you at the end, because they do have to put it down for the work. So your mercenary band, what are you called for records?
did we ever finalize a name? Just
We're
talking.
not
to
going
the
with
guy.
the D team.
Well,
No, we're not
now's
going
the
with
time.
the DT. Right.
No.
Now's the time.
Right, hang on. Give
What
me a second
what were the
here.
options we came up with like all those weeks ago?
Specific. Name of the team was specific.
What?
The name of the team was specific. Red Moogle came up with it. I've got it here.
Oh,
One second.
it was an acronym.
It was an acronym. 1 second.
I don't think I'm putting that.
This acronym's gonna be really long, and the guard's just gonna go. You know what? I'm
Pick
bored.
a completely idiotic fight. Isaac almost cops it.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
I'm not
perfect.
putting that
Yeah,
as our team
specific.
name.
no.
Isaac's using his veto power inside the security council of the team to overturn that.
Anything that involves Isaac being shanked by a young woman doesn't get put in the name, okay?
That's not just that
Well,
fight, though.
no,
It's
the
pretty much
name of the
every
team is-
fight.
Or that
Darwin's
fight with the
already made a
creepers.
song about that.
I was
The
trying to-
name
Yeah.
of the team. The name of the team is.
We have a
just
theme track.
Isaac's
Alwyn's
Liver
made a
Stars.
song about it.
So do you have a name? Because they're asking and they need something to put
Right.
down on paper.
Let me think, guys. Do you want me to pull up like a name generator and we see what we can find.
Because you are a mercenary band.
Yeah.
now, and this is official.
Oh yeah, what was the names that we threw out a while ago? Because we
We
did
did
have.
a D team because
Oh
we're
yeah,
fucking
we had
stupid,
that.
you
But
know.
no, we had a conversation in our Discord about it for a while.
Was it
Yeah,
in
we-
Discord? Was it in
I can't
here?
get into Discord
Yeah.
right now except for what I've got on here. So
I mean, I've minimized my
terrified
webcams
of
just to have a
touching
look.
anything on my computer.
Yeah. Actually, I can get it up on my phone and just scroll for a while.
Hey, but if you have ideas, just start tossing them out there. Who
Yes,
knows?
if anyone's got a name idea, go for it. Just start shouting.
Okay. There you go.
I came
my
up-
my
Oh.
channels.
Yeah.
Bring me names for the team.
Okay,
I want
so
names for the
some-
team.
The
Some of the
Turquoise
names
Company.
we had was the
The
Faithful
Turquoise
Five.
Company.
Oh yeah, the Faithful Five I came up with.
Yeah.
So you could always put your faith in us.
No.
Wink.
I don't have much faith in anything. to be
Turquoise
honest.
Company I quite like the name of, actually.
Well, we have turquoise figurines. That could be our little.
Well, we're just not going to
Calling
sell
card?
that one. We're
Or,
going to just...
or what is the creature that I've got? The displacer beast. What could,
Yeah.
could we?
Well,
could
that
we
would go.
use?
That would go back to being D team, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The
I mean,
D
like,
means displacer.
The displacers.
Yeah, that's pretty decent actually.
Sorry, that sounds too much like the Proclaimers.
Yeah. Okay. This is gonna be.
We will
And I
walk
will
the
stab
beast
500 miles, and I will stab 500.
I mean, we've slain a lot of beasts. Beast slayers.
Just going.
No. Oh no, Beast Slayers are like that, but Red Boogle, no.
What did she put? What did she put?
Arwen and the Smashers,
Oh no.
No, come on.
no.
Pretty funny.
Beast Slayers works. Dastardly
In my
Destroyers?
head, this conversation is in character going on in the precincts. They're just, you're all in a huddle, and you're just going like, so what do we want? You're just talking.
Like we're all huddled in the corner, like we don't call ourselves.
Let's go with
guys,
Beast
oh, for
Slayers.
fuck's sake.
I like that.
I like. What about the Turquoise Slayers or
Nah.
Faithful Slayers?
No. I'm just on a guild name generator.
That's what I'm on.
Isaac and the Fuckwits. That was the name we came up with.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah,
we got. What do we got?
it's accurate at least.
You could
Golden
acronym that the IFW.
Fallen Guard. The IFW. That makes us sound like a paramilitary militia trying to install a communist government.
I mean,
I
The
mean,
Red
possibly.
Hand Sisterhood.
The what? The
The
Red Hand
Destroyers.
Sisterhood.
On a name generator came out with the Red Hand Sisterhood.
What,
Because
am I
only
turning into a
one
living
in the
saint?
park.
Is that what we're going with? Is this
I don't know.
the Emperor?
No, see, we're going after the Sisters of Battle style. We're naming.
Yeah, that's what I was
ourselves after
saying.
what
Living
we'll
saint. Yeah, I'm because Isaac flies with angel wings. I was like, is that what's
I'm-
going?
I'm pretty
The missing
sure.
bagpipes.
In all seriousness, in all seriousness, I'm really
Red Biggle,
sticking
that's
behind the Turquoise Company for my.
That's
idea.
quite
Yeah, I
nice.
like the Turquoise
It
Company.
is
It sounds
a
nice.
reasonable.
The butchers
I
of
like Turquoise
the
Company.
butchers of honor just came up. That's quite funny.
well, this one's good. The Chosen Company, because you're all
Chosen
most of you
Company's
have been
from
chosen.
something.
I don't know if it is or not. It's I mean it's a random generator I'm using right now,
Yeah.
but it does make sense because you're all you've all been chosen by a god at some point somehow, or at least most of you have.
I like that.
I do, yeah.
Chosen
We'll go with
Company
that
sounds like it's a reasonable mercenary name as well.
Yeah.
I need to.
Because
I'm
you
just
got
gonna.
two-
I'm gonna
you got
quickly
two
Google
serious
that.
names.
Chosen
Yeah.
Company.
Chosen and the Turquoise.
It does
Company
also
are
leave you
probably-
open to. It does also leave you open to franchising.
Yep.
Yeah.
Start selling T-shirts.
Chosen
and tunics
Company
with our names
isn't
on it,
a thing.
Baseball caps.
So I just whatever we pick, I need to check it for copyright.
The Chosen is a thing. The Chosen are a thing. I know
With
that's
the
from
Chosen
something,
is
but-
a film. It's a loads of
Chosen
things.
Men.
Well, those are the Chosen Men, but the Chosen Men is actually used to be essentially the equivalent of a corporal in the Napoleonic era
Yeah.
British military. So
The Chosen, I think, are also a monster in something. But yeah,
I thought that was from Destiny, but
yeah,
I don't know.
possibly.
Yeah, but either way.
I think it's from Destiny. It sounds about right. Yeah.
The you could just go straight from Sharp, just the Chosen Men.
Chosen.
But except you have Sesh, so that wouldn't be good.
Chosen Company works.
But you have two. You have two that you've
Chosen
come up
Company will
seriously.
work.
The Chosen Company and the Turquoise Company, both of those work, and both of those do sound pretty good. So
Both of them with the word company. Maybe it's the word company that sounds great.
I mean, it's essentially a mercenary company.
Yeah.
You operate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You operate. I
You
mean, you're not
operate like one.
incorporated yet, but
Like, to be fair, we've taken more mercenary work than we have actually taken more, like, straight up, we need help work
Personal
without any
stuff.
reward.
Yeah. Okay. Votes for the Chosen Company, votes for the Turquoise Company. We'll go Chosen first, then Turquoise. Okay. Votes for the Chosen Company. Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Turquoise Company wins because there's three to.
Turquoise Company LLC.
all right. So you're
I
just
like
saying,
Turquoise Company.
all right, Turquoise Company. All right, so
Yeah.
you're going with Turquoise Company. That's what you tell them, and they put that down. All right, work.
We're signed and deeded now, boys.
Private. Basically, they put it in the field. Private
Private
essentially,
contractors.
Private contractors, and the
Oh
name
my
is
god, we're
Turquoise
Blackstone.
Company. I was gonna say Blackwater, but hopefully it doesn't go that badly.
Oh, we just got to know if we're going to steal some plates to print dollar bills and.
Yeah. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Just the window behind Roach
so-
just breaks open and some dude in a black SWAT suit just like, get down on the ground.
I mean, I can use magic missile from a height without people realizing, and then we can take
Nope,
it.
no, we're going too far. Allegedly. But all right, so yeah, you are now officially, at least in the records of the Takovan City Guard, known as the Turquoise Company, who helped with this case. Also, during that time, the parents of the two living children come and retrieve their children. You see a bronze dragonborn woman come into the
Down, Alwyn. Down.
come into the precinct and pick up her daughter. Which, by the way, after about 20 minutes, the children are kind of put off to the side and they're sit down like with a couple other officers, like they've been given like some like
Coloring
food
books.
and things to do off to the side away from the potentially bad mercenary company that brought them in.
There's like a WPC there with crayons.
But she's taken by her mother.
I will say in Draconic to her, live long, basically.
And
Just the whole, do
Live
well.
long
Yes,
and
I do the whole.
Do you have less-
I didn't
less-
like
See my
it.
hand because I only have two
Yeah,
fingers.
yeah.
So,
I was going to say that is a
live long.
dragonborn hand, isn't it?
See,
Oh my
I can't
god.
do that with my right hand at all. Can't do it with my right hand, but I can do it with my left hand.
Can you do that?
Oh god, what the switching?
that.
No.
Yeah, I can do that.
No,
I-
no, stop it.
It's
I
hard.
can't,
It's
I can't.
very hard, but I can do it.
I can't do the switching on with both hands at the same time, but I can definitely do that.
Yeah. See, I think I can do that on this. No, I barely. This hand's screwed.
It's all the
But
fervent masturbation.
Anyway, Turquoise Company.
Turquoise. Anyway, the Dragonborn girl does thank you. She hugs you on.
I give her a
before
hug
she
back.
leaves. No, but she is taken away, and
Now we need
No,
a team
Sorry, I know exactly what
logo.
I'll say. I'll say, may Palor bless your. Sorry, wait. I have slipped into the Isaac. No, he's converted me.
I speak Draconic as well, so I heard that.
Sesh twitches slightly. She's like, may pay.
Sorry, I'm so used to hearing him say it all the time.
Just Isaac sort
Down
of
with
smiles
the
and gives a little
guide
chuckle.
your journeys, basically.
And she the mother nods her head and waves to you as she takes her daughter, little tear, and a little bit later, a family of elves come in. A mother, father, and looks to be an older brother of some sort, or maybe a younger uncle or something. All come in as a group, and they're the little boy is brought to them, and they leave fairly quickly. They look to be weller off than most, so they leave without saying much. Though the little boy does wave to you before he goes. So
I'll give him a way back.
Yeah. And then afterwards, you do all the rest of the paperwork, and you are let go. You are thanked by the head of the Coven City Guard. It's just this old human man with gray hair that you're told is Minister Formo.
What's the
So,
date today in the world?
In the world, the date today in the world, I can tell you exactly.
Because I want to know what date we were established.
Is Mortgun? It's the month of Mortgun. It is the 3rd of Mortgun, Sunslag or Sunaslag, which is essentially the Saturday.
And the year?
And the year is, give me a second. The year is, I'll put that written down, is 1853. DA.
So what's the name of the minister again? Sorry, not the
Foreman.
Foreman.
No, not Foreman. It's not Foreman. It's just trying to get
George Foreman.
You just got the
Foxtrot.
George Foreman grill.
Foxtrot, Oscar, Romeo, Mike, Oscar.
Foreman.
And if you won't cook my dinner, then George Foreman will.
Cease.
But he thanks you. He thanks you in a way. He's like, you know, he thanks you. Or he congratulates. Thank you for helping. We need more people like you that are willing to get tough on the crime in this city. And I'm sure those parents are very happy that you were there.
I'm gonna make the suggestion to him about upping a guard presence towards that forest because it's clear of how it's been.
Technically, that's outside of our jurisdiction, but we do have the ability of hiring external private contracting mercenary companies to deal with things outside of our jurisdiction. So we're going to go ahead and put out some jobs to clear the forest out. If you'd like, we can give you preferential on those jobs.
Unfortunately, we're
Dash has
already
gone
on
into, like,
another
full
job.
guard
But if there's if we find ourselves here again, we will definitely check some out.
It's good to know. If there's anything we can do to help you, definitely in your debt for this. All right.
Have a good day, sir.
Thank
He goes back to his own. He goes upstairs to what's probably a very large office.
with a very very young receptionist under the desk because goddamn it.
Not
Ooh.
under. Whoa. Okay.
Hey,
That's bad.
hey.
Hey.
Sorry,
No,
what was that
that's
guy's
the
last
only
name? Was it
point.
Clinton?
There wasn't
Possible.
a reward.
First name, yeah, his full name.
Oh,
is
was it-
actually
No,
George
you never agreed to an award for you took the job.
Sorry, that was me
I
getting.
mean, hey,
just,
we did make like.
we made a lot of
You
money
made
on
a
it. To be fair.
shitload of money straight up and potential from reselling a lot of things.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
it's not
This
like
is
we
true,
didn't make a profit off
but-
this job. Let's be honest, right?
Mercenary.
No one
band.
died, though, almost. So
Technically, you've worked less than 8 hours, and you've made almost an entire 4 years' wages for somebody who's a
Yeah.
who's a
these
trained
guards will
worker.
never
Say,
see
as
the
a
money
mercenary
in their
band, I
pockets
think we
ever.
should get paid for our services.
He did.
So,
he
yeah,
did
now that's
offer
done, I
to
will,
help you with anything you needed
This is
in the
true.
future. So
Yeah.
you can call. You have a
There's a
favor,
favor.
essentially.
Put that down.
You have a favor
We've
open
bought a
from
favor,
the
yeah.
head of the city guard.
Is
Well,
that
now
an
we can all
elect?
go
Hang
talk.
on, is that an elected position? Is he going to cycle out anytime soon?
You have no idea, though.
Right,
It is
okay.
the Gull River Republics, so it does. They do
Yeah.
practice democracy in some way.
I'm just thinking, is this the sort of a
Damn
PC, a
Republics
police
and their
commissioner
fucking
kind of role, or
democracy.
are we going to have to ask the next Tom Selleck to like?
I don't know. Commissioner Gordon's pretty shit at his job, and he stayed in the commissioner role for a long time.
I mean, hey, if you watch Gotham, he's actually a badass.
I mean, I'm talking about the comic one. Commissioner Gordon's an idiot. Remember, there was a celebration of the Gotham Police Department, and they called in the catering from the Crazy Clown Catering Company. Which, I mean, let's be honest, it's Gotham.
That's pretty fucking stupid. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's Gotham. They should probably have an entire department dedicated to clown-based criminal.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Just
Being a clown in Gotham is just a bad idea.
anti-clown department.
I'm assuming they're profiled heavily. I'm assuming they're like you have to have a license to be a clown in Gotham, essentially.
I just love the idea that the guy's just walking out of a costume store gets like tackled by SWAT. Like,
No more Joker.
Somebody in the store is just gonna. He's buying a clown costume.
no, it's like no, it's a set-up sting. Like they're all in vans outside. They're waiting for it.
Yeah.
So,
like
and you have like
an
black.
entrapment
There's like a black market clown costume dealership. Like a guy opens the back of a van. He's just like, "What do you want? I've got it, or I've got."
I got Bozo.
Do you want Pennywise or Bozo? Let's go.
What's
Damn.
you buying,
So,
stranger?
I think we're at our break time. I think we passed our break time
Yeah,
by
we
about
are.
10 minutes. So let's take a break. At the end of that, we'll do the little bit of shopping, and then you'll be on your way afterwards, hopefully.
If it's speedy enough, if I'm doing some purchasing, should I talk to you about that in the break? Maybe.
Yeah, we can work that out, and we'll see if we'll need to do any
Yeah.
role play
Roles.
based on that, depending.
All right. Let me mute everyone on the stream. So on the stream, we'll be back in a mo.
consider buying one clothing?
Better? No? Yes?
I've got my display to go to.
Yes? No? Better?
you're good.
Yeah, you fixed it.
Okay.
Much.
So,
Okay.
Roach, I'm going to take all the stuff that's in the party sheet, essentially, and I'm going to sell it. So if you want me to make a single persuasion roll to sell all of it, see how good I do, or no.
Or make a couple.
Haggle myself some prices.
Probably make a couple for the different classes of items.
Okay.
For the different merchants.
Let me know how
but
many you
that'll-
want, and
that'll
I'll do it.
Okay. I'm good. So if we want to get off break, we can.
Okay.
Unless anybody else wants to discuss what they're doing during the shopping thing, because is Demir and Ustenia, or is Ustenia doing anything for the shopping stuff, or are you good? Jari?
I think you've gone for a minute.
Hold on.
Doesn't say he's going.
I'll have a look at his
He didn't
stream.
say he was going. But I'm guessing he's probably gone for a smoke.
Possibility.
Hello.
Hello.
There you go.
No!
I was
there you
pressing the button, but for some reason, I know why. It's when I'm in stream chat bot. If I'm pushing the button, even when I'm pushing the button, it doesn't pick
Yep.
up. I'm pushing up the button.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I need to know how much we get. Yeah, I've been back a while while I've been talking.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I need to know how much we're getting at the end of this to know how much I've got.
Oh, I'll tell you all that. Don't worry.
I can
I'll let you guys know. I'll do all the
then
math.
work out how much we're going to spend. I can spend. Does that make sense? So I'm.
Oh, because
I'm-
you
I'm-
want the final count so that you can
Yeah.
think about buying something.
Yeah.
What you're saying? Okay. All right. No, okay. That's fine. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, I'm good to come back then.
Okay,
we can
cool.
Work through
Let's do
the
this.
rest of it.
So, Roach, if you want to do one for gems, one for the statues, because they're both religious, right?
Yeah, the carved statues are religious. Yes.
Yeah. And that's
all
also
that,
the
yeah.
box of turquoise animals, right? Those are also kind of lumped in there, or do you want to loop those in with the gems because they're collectibles?
Those we can lump the animals and the statues together because those would be
Okay.
probably the same people that would buy them. And then
And
the
then
mundane
weapons, I'm assuming, will just be
weapons-
one roll as well, yeah.
Yeah, essentially. So
Okay, so
let's go ahead. Let's do the mundane stuff first. Let's do the gems because that'll be your biggest haul. Go ahead and make a.
Arwen, are you coming with
persuasion.
me and giving me advantage on this, or no?
I can.
Or were you going to go pick up armor?
If you want to, it's up to
Or
you.
who was going to get armor with Isaac? Was it-
Arwen
But
wants,
if you want to do it.
but he can. I mean, he's okay for right now. If the party would like him to help sell things, it's up to the party.
Sell things.
It is entirely up to you for me. So
Oh yeah.
you don't want-
I need to throw one more thing into the party sheet.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Arwen will hand his money to Isaac and say, "If you can find some armor for me,
Okay.
that's, better and my size."
Yep. No worries.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, give me an advantaged persuasion roll.
Oh, is someone actually going with you to give advantage?
Arwen.
Because I was about to say that Ustinia and Demir could go because they have experience in the city to help with the advantage.
Ooh. That's a 1 and a 2 on the dice.
Wait, also, what
Oh.
was this roll? Persuasion.
Persuasion for the.
Okay.
For
8 with
negotiations.
advantage.
Surely,
Yeah, 'cause I
surely,
rolled a fucking-
surely R1 should have done the talking with you giving him advantage, considering he has like a +10 to it.
I mean,
Only +7.
+7. It wouldn't have. I mean, he might have rolled differently, but it wasn't
Okay.
going to help.
It's
that much.
fine.
It would have been a 9 opposed to an 8.
Oh, okay.
What
okay.
was that? What were we selling for that?
That was the gems, which are the gems which were worth about 100 per.
There was 14
so,
of them. 15. There's about
14.
1,400 gold worth of gems there.
So 1,400 gold pieces. You got an 8. You're
I'll
going
do the
around
talking
trying
next
to
time,
sell.
Sesh.
Okay, didn't really apply that well. Okay, you can get out of that. You're basically going to be negotiating at a slight disadvantage. So I'm going to say
Well, in a
probably about
situation like this, you're not-
probably an even 1,000 you could get out of it.
That's
Like
not
you
bad.
basically you're
In a
losing about
situation
400
like
gold
this-
pieces of market value out of it.
Yeah, because in a situation like this, if you're selling those gems, you're not going to sell them for pure price because they all want to make a profit on them.
Mm-hmm.
When you're
Well,
selling
the
to a
profit of
merchant-
those would have been more if they put them in
Yeah.
things or stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're
100
selling them
100
all.
was for the raw gem, but
Yeah.
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 It's fine.
So, but
that's
yeah, you get about
1,000 for
1,000
those
out of the
gems.
gems. 1,000 of the gems, and I will get rid of the gems.
Do you want to
after
roll
we
the
get
next
through
one?
all
I
this.
want you to let you do the next time if you want.
I
Yeah,
put
why
in
don't we?
medium rubies. Would that have counted?
Yeah.
sorry,
those
what?
are Gems.
The
medium
medium rubies. Would they have
Did
counted
you
the
have
same
that
sort of-
in the party sheet or in your
I
own
put
personal
that
sheet?
in there, yeah.
Oh,
To
okay.
add to the stuff.
Okay,
Would
so
their
then if
value
there's,
more or less to the other gems?
let me
Yeah, I think you
check
said
that.
about 100, right?
No, medium rubies are worth more.
Yeah,
that was different.
they're way more.
That-
Then
they'll
I
change
might
it a little
keep
bit.
Those for now, just in case, because they might be better off selling to an actual specialist.
They would. So if that's the case, then I will say you'll make 900 gold pieces out of that. But the medium rubies, you'd have to get appraised for them.
which
Those
is a
are
specialist.
medium rubies that are raw. Those are uncut, essentially.
Yeah, so we'll hang on to those for now.
Because those were the eyes of the gnarlwood.
Yeah.
So they're pretty big.
That's fair.
So you keep those. So yeah, roll a persuasion check for the statue lot. So the
R1
the
with advantage.
R1 with
But
advantage.
if you roll a
you'd
natural
like.
20, I'm gonna fucking flip.
Oh, okay. 17.
17.
17's good. These are worth
Better.
250 per. You got 3 of them. Rolled fairly well. Getting close to that. Okay, so let's say out of all that negotiating well, you make say about 725 gold pieces out of that. You don't get the full value out of it, but you get fairly close because it's
Okay.
because you were able to negotiate and find somebody that was willing to buy them. You find like somebody that looks like they sell a lot of souvenirs and knickknacks to very rich people near the Sky Tower. They're willing to take those because they look fairly nice and they look good. Let's see.
Would
here.
you be willing
now?
to let me do the last roll? Because it's just
Sure.
mundane weapons. Because
Yeah.
I want to see if she can actually roll okay.
So mundane weapons, you go
Yep.
to like an armor and weapon tradesman that's near the moon market. The moon market.
Boom.
So go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage because you are both working together.
That's better.
Oh,
There we go.
23, the best out of the night. So you've got one chain shirt worth 50 gold pieces, a flail worth 10, so that's 60. You've got a long sword worth another 15 gold pieces, so that's 75. Quarterstaff worth 2 silver pieces, so that's 75.2. Scimitar worth 25 gold pieces, so that's 100.2. Okay, so I'll say you can sell that at value because they were taken
That's
very good
100.
care of. You all said that you take care of your weapons fairly well, and you recently had time to do that. And you spent a month with nothing to do but take care of your weapons on a skyship. So make 100 gold pieces and 2 silver pieces.
1,725 gold pieces and 2 silver pieces.
Yeah, essentially, because the quarterstaff is just a carved piece of
Piece
wood,
of
so
wood.
it's only worth 2 silver pieces.
Yep.
So with that, you've gotten rid of everything but 2 medium rubies,
Yeah.
which you don't know the value of because you've not had them appraised.
Would you include the chain shirt in there?
Yeah, that's because it would have been without the chain shirt. It would have been 50 gold pieces, I think, out of that, because the chain shirt's worth quite a bit. But that's why you got 100 out of it. So yeah,
I put a lot of
damn,
items in
guys,
there
I'm
for
so
people to
sad.
sell, so enjoy,
I'm so
guys.
sad about that first roll.
Okay, so quick
yeah,
maths.
that was your moneymaker.
There goes my armor.
You have a lot of money anyway.
Quick maths. 287 gold pieces each.
Oh, okay.
Is this including from the party?
This is not. No, this is just from what we made.
We'll work the party out afterwards. We'll work the party sheet out afterwards. Right?
Yeah, I have the amount that goes that is added to the party
Only-
sheet.
Okay. All right. So just yeah, add this to whatever you have right now. What he's listing. So.
I mean, hey, that's like nearly a year's worth of wages for most people.
Yeah.
That's not that hard.
So I didn't. I just said we're gonna put the silver into the party fund because there's 2 of them.
That's fine.
Hey, just wait till you get 100 silver pieces, then convert it to 10 gold
1
pieces
gold.
of the bank.
Single gold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can I go to the bank, please?
Yeah, I'll let you do that. I'll let you do that with time, so you can convert your silver pieces into gold if you want.
Cool. I'm gonna
Just
do
walk
that.
up with a big old big old bag of pennies. Just
Okay, so how much gold?
287.
Yep.
Which is pretty good.
I
What's
have
the
over
gold?
1,300 gold pieces.
What's the gold piece final for the
It
party?
is 566, but 855 total, including what we
Shit,
have.
I got 1.5k carrying around on me. Well, more than that in silver as well. Shit.
855, and then the silver pieces just go up by 2. That means it would be
Yep.
981. Yeah,
Holy shit.
All right, now
How
let
much is
me.
a set of full plate? Let me check that.
set of full plates pretty expensive. That's like
1,500,
1,500.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty close to affording that actually.
I can afford
But I
that.
convert all my EP into gold. I
Well,
can
if we
afford it.
divide up the party fund now, you will have enough.
But
But
I'd have to actually wait for it to happen, and that
Yeah.
would take a while.
yeah,
Right?
which
Yeah,
we
'cause-
don't have time
'cause
for.
If you include your platinum pieces, you have more
Yeah,
than
I have
1,000
48
gold
platinum, which is
pieces.
480 gold. So yeah,
Yeah, so you've got a crap load of money as a party.
I've got about 2 grand sitting there.
Yeah, you got 810 gold pieces worth of platinum around with the party.
Wow.
Like, yeah,
Damn.
because there's 81. You can. I don't know if you can see that, but there's party coins listed underneath the parcel coins, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
party coins shows what everybody has in value.
I can't
No,
see
we
the
just
party
have
coins.
parcel.
I can only see the parcel coins. I think it's
No,
500
that's you only that can see that.
Yeah, that might be.
Okay, yes, party coins. You have 2,177 gold pieces, 116 Illyrium pieces, 2,602 silver pieces, 81 platinum pieces, and 854 copper pieces. If you add all the party together. without
That
the
no,
parcels.
That can't be
that
right.
can't be
That
right.
can't be right. I've got 49 platinum.
Oh, well,
I got 48.
I got 48 platinum, and I've got 1,699 gold pieces myself.
And I've got 1,079 gold.
I got 1,050 gold.
maybe it's because you've had your character sheets open when you've changed it.
Let
and
me
it doesn't
close my
update
character
until you
sheet,
close
see
it.
if it's updated.
Did it just update? Because I closed my character sheet.
I closed mine.
Yeah.
I think it's I don't know. Either way, that was
All
what
right.
it was when we started. I might have to reload the game or whatever to see that, but doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
anyways.
Anyway, so yes, now that you've sold all of your stuff that you wanted to sell, we need to do so. You wanted to do some buying.
Yep.
So let's see here. First off, is anybody wanted to get anything mundane, non-magical to buy? Or was that?
I said
most of it's
blankets.
magical
I
stuff?
said blankets. Didn't
Oh
I?
yeah,
That
I'll
was the
get,
only thing.
I'll get
I
blankets.
wanted a cloak.
When I'm done.
Basically, anything mundane, I'll let you buy at value in the book that's listed. For
Okay.
blankets, if you want to get really thick, good woolen blankets, add a silver piece onto the cost, and you'll have.
Yeah, I'll get him
Okay.
some really good
Yeah,
thick
that-
woolen blankets. So it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll
So
get
basically,
him
just
the
mark
next
that down as because I think a blanket's only worth like a couple silver pieces. So just add a silver piece for the
Okay,
extra
no worries.
wool. Yeah. So you got that. Ustenia, did you want to buy anything though that you figure out how much you made?
Nah, I'm good at the minute.
Okay. Rivalon, did you need to pick up anything, or were you just wanting to convert your money?
I just wanted to convert my money, which I've just done.
Okay. You doing that? All right. So, Isaac.
Yeah.
You are going shopping.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
Because I was the only one that didn't in the Dwarven city.
That's true. Yeah, you didn't go
Arwen
doing a
didn't.
lot of shopping.
But yeah, you weren't there.
True. You also made the most with your performance checks and
Yeah.
stuff.
I
Okay.
think I
Yeah.
was
So
second
what?
highest on that list. With
Yeah.
my doctoring.
Doctrine. It's a skill. So what did you want exactly, Isaac?
So I'm looking for a reach weapon. If I can't, for both of these things, I'll state this now. If I can't find a better standard, I'll go for a simple standard because I've sold all my previous. But I'm looking for a reach weapon and and a better piece of medium armor. So
So
I'm
when you say simple, you want a simple weapon or a non-martial? Is what you're saying?
no. I want a reach weapon, so a pike.
You want a reach weapon. and by simple he means non-magical or
Yeah.
plus.
Okay, mundane, because simple is a
Mundane.
type
Sorry.
of weapon.
Sorry.
Yes,
I want a
mundane.
mundane reach weapon if I can't find a magical version. And the same with medium armor. I want either a breastplate or half plate.
Okay.
In mundane, if I can't find better.
And he's also
Right.
looking for
And I'm looking for
Magical
R1 as
Armor
well.
for a halfling.
Yeah,
Yep.
and the light armor. I think that is light armor, right?
Was it light
Yeah.
armor?
Yeah.
yes, light armor.
Specifically light armor.
So let me try and get this here.
So I've got your money bag as well then, haven't I, R1?
Yes, you
Okay.
have my money.
I will look after anything that needs to go on here. Great.
Okay, so just to double check, you're okay with getting a martial weapon if need be.
Yeah, I've had martial
Right.
weapons in the past. It's just I don't
Okay,
use my proficiency.
Because a quarterstaff is not a martial weapon, so I wanted to make sure.
Well, I'm proficient in them being a sorcerer, in quarterstaffs
Okay.
and stuff. But non-martial, I've had
So-
them. I'm just not proficient.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So available. Let's like not spend a whole bunch of time on this. They don't have any actual reach weapons. Not a lot of straight weapons inside of the Illus Arcana, which is the magic shop in Kova. So there's no magical weapons there.
So I'll just
for
get a
you to pick
mundane
up.
one.
So mundane ones, you have a choice between a let's see here, a glaive, a halberd,
Or a
a
pike.
pike, or a whip.
Oh,
Whip is a reach weapon,
yeah, it is.
but
Okay.
it's finesse, so it's dex based, I think.
Which is I've got the same depth and strength, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What looks
So it's
cooler
just
on an
because-
angel? A glaive or a pike? Or a halberd?
Halberd. Halberd's always been my favorite, just because.
I'll take a halberd. I'll buy a halberd.
Okay, halberd's not that bad. It does cost a bit of money because it's a pretty big
Yeah.
weapon. So it is
Would-
a heavy reach two-handed weapon, and by heavy, I think that has a actual thing. Heavy. Small creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls with heavy weapons. A heavy weapon's size and bulk make it too large for a small creature to use. So
Yeah.
that's not a big
It's,
deal for
it's
you,
just
but you're-
I'm not a halfling.
yeah, so R1 can't use it.
You're not a small boy.
Oh, a lance is also a reach weapon.
Yeah, I don't want a
So
lance.
that's yeah.
Justini already has one. So.
Yeah, but what a pike. Go not pike, halberd. Sorry. The reason I keep calling them pikes is because in Stronghold, pikemen have halberds.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's if you're wanting to get you said halberd, so you are looking at 20 gold pieces for that.
That's fine.
You know. Oh, I mean it's expensive for a weapon because a lot
Yeah.
of these weapons
Yeah, yeah.
are less than 10. But yeah, you've got that.
Okay, so I'll just drag one of those out the item list.
Yep. Go ahead. That's fine.
Also, the reason I say
Uh,
halberd is because my very first time I ever bet Dark Souls 1 was with a halberd. I killed
Okay,
Legolas
it's-
with a magical halberd. So it has.
I haven't got any weapons in there, weirdly, or anything in my items list.
I think that's because you don't have the rule book selected for your library again. Like I think you need to do
Oh.
that every time or something. But I can.
No,
I
I've got
can
it
check
selected, weirdly.
Let me get the equipment here. Equipment items.
Okay.
I have no books in my library.
Do you not?
Is that something I should fix?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Halberd's in your inventory now. So
Cool.
you got a halberd now. For your 20 gold pieces. Let's see here.
Just realised I haven't got any backing audio on right now.
The Illus Arcana does not have light armor, magic light armor.
Okay,
The only armor they have available is a breastplate, which is a +1.
how much?
That would be 1,000 gold pieces.
I'll buy a +1 breastplate.
+1 breastplate. Okay, that's a +1 breastplate for 1,000 gold pieces.
That's actually kind of cheap, isn't it? Really?
It's not the best breastplate. It's magical, but it's one of their newer things they brought in. They have not had much time to clean it up or make it look as nice.
That's something I
used, it
can
looks-
do. It's fine.
Yeah. It looks fine though. It looks usable. So a
Looks
plus
like a
one
function
breastplate is in your
breastplate.
inventory now. Also, you do see because you were here previously to buy things that they had. Or at least some of you were. I think Isaac was right. Was somebody? Some people went around to check out the magic shop at one point. You do see they do have a new item in the display there, and it looks to be a rune made of some sort of yellow stone. And there's a little like text card in common underneath it that says it is a stone of message.
Oh, so you can use it to cast message.
Yes, it allows. If you ask about it, it is a stone that that lets you cast message, and uses up 1 charge to cast that. And it has 3 charges, and you regain 1d4 minus 2 charges a day
Okay.
with a minimum of 1. So,
Okay. How much is
if
that?
you wanted that, that would be. Let's see here. That would.
Does it require attunement?
No, it's a utility thing. So you just need anybody can use it.
Okay.
They just need to think about it and use its magic word. But that allows you to. That is for. Hold on. 875 gold pieces.
875.
That lets you cast message. Or actually, is it the message one? It's a stone event. But I just need to double check the spell. Because I don't know if message was the short range one or. It's not the cantrip one, is what I'm trying to say.
I think message is a cantrip, right?
Thin range.
Yes,
No, it's
I
the
believe.
I'm trying to figure out what
Sending.
it's called. Sending is the one. It's called
Sending's-
a stone of message, but it has.
Sending. There's like 3 spells. There's the message, which is the whisper one.
Sending. It's a
Send-
level 3 invocation. It
So
lets you it lets you send a short message. of
20
25
word. It's the
or less
25
to
words
a
one.
creature you which we are familiar.
you just have to know that person, and they can set it, and then they can reply with
Be
the same amount.
familiar with them.
That's
So it
really
has
useful.
Sending. You have, like I said, you have 3 charges of that. So you can cast it up to 3 times. You gain anywhere between 1 to 2 charges every morning. So
How much was
you
that?
can- it's
Range
870
unlimited, by the way.
Yeah, 875 gold pieces. Yeah, you can cast it. Basically, they have to be on the same plane.
Can
They're
I
not,
try a persuasion, because I'm buying this breastplate to try and get it down in price?
Sure. Cast, or not cast. Roll,
Cast
Cast
persuasion.
persuasion.
cast persuasion.
Well, I
Cast
could.
week.
Well,
You should ask if she's a follower of Palor, then you might be able to seduce her as well.
Oh.
that's an 18.
Nice roll. Nice roll.
Give me a second. It's a brand new item. 18. 15 plus 1. Okay. The proprietor of the magic shop, which I have written down here somewhere. As I can.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Me. Huh. Huh. Oh, there we go. It's Arcana. Yeah, the proprietor of the shop is willing to sell it to you for an even 800. Willing to knock off 75 gold pieces.
I still don't have enough for that.
How much do you need from the party fund?
200.
Take it. That's my vote. If you guys have anything you'd like to add.
Does
I'll go for it.
Okay. Yeah.
okay?
I mean, that's what the party fund is for.
Okay.
Yeah,
Little
that is-
extra expenses.
I will take that as well then. Because that is a very useful utility item. Because that allows us to send a 25-word message to anyone we know. Up to 3
Does that
to.
mean that if Sesh wanted to, she could send the message to her parents?
Yes.
They're in the
Yeah,
same
you have to
But
just be
there's-
familiar with the person. That's it. So technically, like if I had to say, like you could, if you wanted to, send like a message to Frederick Bosch if you wanted to, because you're familiar with him, you know
Yeah.
his face, you've interacted. Like somebody you wouldn't be able to do would be like,
Could we send one to Liven?
We could technically.
yes, yeah, you
That'd be
could.
really fucking
She's in the
funny.
same
Hey,
plane.
Liven, you suck.
Yeah, every day we just wake up and the first thing we do is
You can
send
reply
a
to this
morning
message.
Congratulations, you haven't killed it yet.
Okay, I'm down to 79 gold pieces after having 1,600.
F.
But all good. I am restocked, rearmed, and I can run
I will
on water
place-
and
I will
bread.
place
So
the stone of message into your
great, thank you.
your inventory. The description has not been put in there yet, but it will
Okay.
be later. So yeah, like I said, you've got 3 charges of that. You get 1d4 -2 charges every day,
Okay.
minimum of 1. So
Isaac is going to rejoin his friends and give Arwen back his money and apologize that they didn't have any light armor. But I got this cool stone.
no magical armor. You didn't go to any other shop to see any light armor. That was non-magical.
I
Yeah.
think he's already got the best stuff though, probably.
I think I knew he was going to a magic shop. I think.
Yeah.
I think that was established.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got everything. You've gone through, resold things that you picked up in your last quest, and you are markedly less. Well, not actually. You're about just as rich as you were before.
Oh, did we
Before-
sell the armor?
The chain shirt.
Yeah.
No, the
Yeah.
scale, the expensive scale, like the magical one.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
we didn't.
That wasn't in there. Somebody took that.
Yeah, that wasn't in there. That was one thing that wasn't.
Yeah.
Should have been in
Somebody
there.
took
You-
that.
I was. Well, you were
I
at
can
the
look
magic
back
shop.
at-
Everybody check your inventories.
Oh yeah, I put it in mine. When I was putting everything in the bag of holding.
Yeah, it might not
Oh.
be a
My
bad idea
bad.
to send that with Isaac because he's going to the magic shop.
Okay. I will try and
Okay.
sell that.
Let's see what this was worth again.
Also, if you're wondering why I'm so sunburnt, I'm after spending 12 hours in the sun for the last 4 days. I wanna
Nice.
die.
Get that sunscreen up.
I am using SPF 50 every day, putting it on every 2
75.
hours. And
It's
gonna
been
fucking die.
75.
Well, that's a good point. The boys should call their father and let them know they're on the way.
Oh, that is
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That's a good. That was a good one.
Nice call, Red
Uh,
Bull.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm going to
good
use
one,
your
Red.
persuasion roll that you already used as this
Okay.
selling one. I'm going to say she's willing to buy it for. Let's see. Is that...
It's all a part of the one trade, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's all part of the one. I'll say you're able to convince her to take it for 2,120 gold pieces. Is what
That's
she's
more than
willing to.
suggested. You
That's
get
her
for it.
maximum she's willing to buy it for.
I will done deal. Shake on that. So what was that? 2,150.
20.
2,125.
Okay, so what's that divide down by?
2125.
R1, you're the accountant.
Yeah.
On it.
All right, that's 354 for everybody.
Wow, I have over 1,500 gold now. I need to fucking spend some money.
And 355 for the party, so I will figure that out.
Hold on one second, because Isaac took 200 gold pieces out of the party funds. That means it's 655 right now.
So how much gold are we getting again, Arwen?
354 each. And the party has 1,010.
Remember to
Are you sure
remove that
about
from
that?
our party.
Recheck that, because it's 655.
Well, yeah, because it's
plus
just had
whatever-
money go back in.
Yeah, so I brought it. Well, yeah, but it was at 855. You took 200, so it's 655 now. So how much?
Right. And it was
How much?
2,125, correct?
Yeah. So so you're saying the party fund
2,125
got
divided by
more than
6.
400 gold pieces?
Divided by, wait. It got 355.
355. Okay, all right.
Which added
So 655 plus 355,
is 1010.
1010.
Okay. All right, just double checking. Want to make sure. 1010.
Wow, shit, man. We've got over 1,000
but
gold
yeah,
sitting
I-
in the inventory.
Isaac is gonna, once he returns to party, are we all together now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she will.
yeah. I would say you all said you were going to meet back in the sleeping bear. I'll let you guys have basically you're able to get rooms for the same price you got them last time. So
Okay.
just go through that, which is
10
I will
gold for
hand
me.
everybody
Depends
a
if we
separate
have the
bag of
meal.
gold, so.
if you have the meal. I think it's what was it, 25 gold pieces? I think was the
Yeah, with the
was
expensive
price
meal.
of the rooms. Yeah.
It was
I will
10,
hand everybody a bag of
10
gold
and
that
then
has their
25,
code in it.
depending on the levels.
Yeah.
10 gold
Yeah,
for just
oh,
the
yeah, 'cause-
room, 25 for the with the today we have giant
No,
mongoose.
it was
from
25 if you wanted all the accoutrements. If you wanted the stable and breakfast and everything with that, it was the full
yeah.
package. So 25 for full package where you get stable access for your
Oh, and a dinner, right?
Yeah.
and the dinner, yeah.
Yeah,
Which you
I'm-
don't have to pay extra for.
So
if you
I'm
don't want
I'm
that,
down to a flat
so-
400 gold. That's fine.
I will,
But I'm
I will
gonna
give
have
everybody their section of gold for the gems and stuff. So I hand everybody like a small pouch of gold that has everything in it.
All right.
I'm gonna take out the message stud and turn to Ustinia and say I bought this at the magic item store. It'll allow you to send a short message to whoever you're familiar with. I thought maybe you could use the first casting of it to send a message to your father, say you're on your way.
Yeah, so definitely we should do that.
It's a 25 word limit, I believe.
Yeah. It's a hard 25 limit. So,
Ooh, I'm gonna have to discuss this with Demir.
yeah, you will.
Well, there's 3 charges, so technically you could use all 3
Also,
charges.
you know that your father doesn't speak Common, and Uteshian is not a concise language, so
you could use the
I'm
first
basically
3
I'm going to
charges.
impart essentially I'm going to impart for Uteshian. It's a to convey the same thing you would have to convey in Common. It's 1.5 words. So
So
I
he's
have to
got
work-
15
it's a little
words
puzzle.
instead of 25.
Yeah, 15 words. Because your father, he does not speak Common.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to consult with Demir then.
Okay. 1 second here. Just double checking. We agreed the basis of Etesian culture was Mongolian steppe, essentially, in terms of that. I'm just going over something slightly unrelated. Okay.
You know what I'm looking forward to? Not having to wake up at 4 a.m. to go to work.
I would too. Okay.
Also, tell us what's
Yeah,
on the menu tonight.
Whenever you're ready.
Fucking food. It's mostly they seem to have a staple of similar meals throughout that they prepare all the time with the special changing every so often. There's no longer any roasted phoenix
Damn it!
on the menu.
What's instead?
They have a let's see here. They have a top sirloin of the Rapkus Thresher Beast. I don't know if any of you would know that because none of you have been to Rapkus, but they explained it's like a big creature that's in Rapkus that lives on the plains on the western side of Rapkus that has these big horns, like a single row of like 2 or 3 horns along its
Elephant meat.
But no, it doesn't have a trunk. It's more like a kind of like a dire rhinoceros. It's kind of what if I had to describe it in like
Giant
the way you
rhino
know about
meat.
it. Yeah, essentially. And it's like
why not?
they got that, and that would be let's see, that would be. Well, it comes with your 25 gold piece thing. So I mean, normally it would cost 10 gold pieces straight for that, but that's included with your room because you paid extra. So yeah, comes with that. A nice glass of whatever you want. They have some wines available, some whiskeys. They even have a cognac if you'd like that. It's very nice. It's a very nice place. And yeah, you go through if you want, you can pick that up or whatever other meal, like kind of mundane meal, and just go through the rest of your night. Ustenia. So Demir agrees that you should both contact your father, though maybe we should send it to mother, maybe just in case father's not feeling the best. Maybe we could have her talk to him, or tell him when he's feeling better that we're coming.
That might be ideal. Yes, we could do that. Yeah. What should we say to her? We should tell her we're in Tacoma, so we're not far.
We could say, in Tacova. Be home soon. In Tacova. Be home soon.
Don't die.
Have Ustenia. Or, Ustenia and Demir will
Bringing
friends.
Yes, bringing friends. We have to keep short.
Bringing friends. So five left.
You know, it's always Sash will speak up and say, "You know what mothers always want to hear? That their sons love them."
I think this is in Ukashian though, because it's 15 words and not
Is
25.
yeah.
Well, no,
Or
it would
does,
actually
does-
be
Does the
be
mother speak
1.5
common?
words. No.
Up
It's
to
a-
11.
I thought the mother
Take
spoke
over,
common. but
be
it is
home
right.
soon. Have Ustinia and
Love
Demir
you
bringing
dearly.
friends.
Dearly. We love you dearly. We love you dearly. Or, what is your location?
That could. I don't know. He was not doing the best when I left. They might not have moved camp.
I think, yeah. If he's not doing well for moving, they wouldn't have moved, unless he is passed. If unfortunately he has passed, they would have moved. Perhaps we could ask if they are able to talk back.
Do
No,
you-
they're not able to talk back.
Yes,
Have
they
any
have a
family
25-word
who
limit,
speak
or
common?
15-word limit back.
How
I'm just
about
gonna
we
double
ask
check
them
that.
how far it is? And if she comes back, we'll know if he's passed or not. And if he hasn't passed, it's quite likely that they haven't moved. But I'd like to know how Papa is doing. I really would.
Jeez. Actually, you have a 16-word limit.
This is where Sash speaks up
25
and
by
says,
25 divided by 1.5 is 16. Well, it's 16.666666666667.
Recurring, but yeah.
But yeah.
We've used
Uh,
14 words.
Sash will ask, "Do you guys have like any family members that know common that you can ask this to? It might help to have the extra words."
Yes, us.
Zivka, but she hates us.
Yeah.
That's a story you'll have to tell us at some point before we meet her.
She's a bitch.
Okay.
I like look at Demir for a second, and then I realize he's being sincere. Like, oh,
Demir's.
He's not wrong.
I mean, the
Drago?
truth, I guess.
Your uncle Drago. He's older than your father, but he does speak common. Who else would be a couple of the elders of the tribe speak common because they have to trade every so often. But most of the time, whenever your father went along with you to do like trading in Tacova, he just have you talk most of the time. So your close family, because you got Zivka who speaks common, you got Draco who speaks common.
Just tech speak.
BRB, TTYL.
Yeah.
ILY.
Those would be your closest.
OMW.
Everybody else. Like
Nah,
unless it was Demir casting it, you don't necessarily know. It's been a while, and a lot like you don't know exactly which cousin lives with the main unit anymore,
Yeah.
and you don't necessarily know like it's a family group, but it's also a somewhat large family tribe, so that you don't necessarily know if you'd be able to cast if they'd be valid targets. You know Zivka very well, and you know Draco very well, but everybody else and your parents, but
What
it'd be
about
hard.
Nico and his bowling friend? His bowling cousin.
He
Hey,
married out.
cousin.
He married out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that would be it. But you have 16 words in Uteshian, and you have 25 in common, essentially.
I think that no, we can do it this in mutation. We speak to mother. No need to go sidetracking to uncle. Mother would appreciate it. Father would appreciate it that we spoke to them direct, rather than trying to translate into common tongue. We use our mother tongue. We speak to them as their sons. They will appreciate that, and this is how I would rather do it.
Sesh recognizes that because both her parents are dragonborn. So yeah, that's a fair word.
Pure blood.
So how many spell words do we have? It's like at this point you've got basically like a napkin that you're like using like little cocktail napkin or pencil to
Okay,
write
Writing
I've got
like
one.
the words in Uteshian on it to see how many there are.
We've used
It takes a lot of
14
napkins.
words. We have 2 spare words.
Red Moogle's come up with 16-word answer straight away.
God damn it, Red.
It's good. It's Demir, found Ustinia, coming home, bringing friends. Where are you?
They could, or we use what we have. It's good. It's good, Rivlon. Very good.
You don't have to use all the words.
Don't have to use the word, but we could say "love you." Last 2 words.
Yes, we can do it. We will go with this.
So.
Oh my god, that's a lot of napkin.
It's a lot of napkin.
She's
It's like a spare.
Sesh is
It's
looking
like a
at it
spare bit of parchment that you've been like jotting down math.
I gave
for
them a bit
for-
of parchment and a quill.
Yeah.
Sesh is just looking at it like, what the fuck?
So who's casting it? Are you having Demir cast or
I think-
are you casting it, Ustenia?
I think by the fact that Ustenia just typed it out, I think he's cast it. I think that's his.
Okay. All right. So you're told by Isaac tells you kind of how to do that. And you grab this like rune, and it's kind of heavy. It's yellowish rock, and you place it in your hand, and you focus, and you say a word that well, actually because you would be able to settle on the command word. You have to focus on it for like an hour, and then you set a command word for the spell on the stone.
Oh, the
So-
command word is parlay.
Parlay. Okay. Parlay and celestial.
No, because that'd be complicated. Because it's for all of us to use, so it's parlay. It's just parlay.
Parlay in common. Okay. So yeah, you focus. Parlay, and the stone glows slightly in a yellowish tint, and you feel like you can reach out to your mother and convey a message to her. So and then you, and that's exactly what you say, Ustania?
Yep.
Okay, so Intakova, be home soon. Have Ustenia and Demir, bringing friends. How is father? Love you. That works. Okay. So you convey it. It reaches out. Then it's kind of quiet. And while this is happening, by the way, all the exterior noise as you cast kind of goes away, and you're very focused, and it's very internal. It's like you can almost hear your heartbeat. And then your mother, who's by the way, your mother's name is Eva, which is Yankee Echo. Oh wow! Why did Victor Alpha? You hear her voice. And by the way, the voices that you convey, basically she just heard in her head, which is in the middle of the night, her son's voice in her head.
They do recognize it's a spell, by the way.
Yeah, they
according
do.
to the
They do.
message.
It's still somewhat disconcerting.
Yeah.
If you've never had it happen to you. Lustenia? Hold on. What did she say? Lustenia? Father's doing okay. Hope you're well. Stay safe.
Can't wait to see you.
Well, no, she's thinking as well. Well, she would. I don't know if she know the word. Stay safe. Hope you're eating well. Please don't. Basically, she's being a mother, and she
Yeah.
she hasn't heard you, so she kept talking. You think she was just like, stay warm, all that kind of stuff. But she was your mother. Your mother's a very old woman. Your father was actually a little bit younger than your mother, and so she has a very kind of creaky voice. But she sounds okay. Yeah, she told you she's happy that you heard you, and she told you doing okay. Your mother is an understated person, so you're not exactly sure exactly what that means in terms
But
of the
he's
scale.
alive.
But he's breathing. That's confirmed.
Confirmed.
Confirmed breath is in the body.
Yeah, and so
Myth
yeah. By the way, that's
confirmed.
one charge of the spell gone, or that's one charge gone in the stone. So you've got 2 left, and remember you can only at a max get 2 back a day. So yeah, but yeah. Demir asks, he asks you, "Is he okay? Is she everything all right?"
Yeah, she says father is okay, but you know how mother is. She doesn't like to make panic or overthrow things. But he's alive, which means that they're probably in the same place.
That's good. That's a. Oh, what did I say last time? That's about a week's journey, I think. What I said. On the road, about a week.
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. So that's not bad. We could do that easy.
Yes, we could do that. She's saying, stay safe, and I think she didn't realize that she can only say so much because she got cut off there. Was talking about making sure we eat right, but I think we got that covered.
She went into a tunnel in the
As
steppes
he
somewhere
eats
and got
his,
cut off.
as he takes a bite from his extravagant meal.
Rapkus the Raptor beast.
yeah.
Yep. She walked into a tunnel out in the steppes somewhere and just got cut off. Signal was lost.
Also, for future reference, your mother's name is Yiva, and your father's name is Loyev, which is Lima Yankee Oscar Victor. Very simple names, but
They don't like
they're
mincing
different.
words with names, these Utesians, I tend to find.
no, Ustenia was Ustenia. You were named after kind of a legend. So you know how some people are named after like Matthew or John or things like that from the Bible.
I'm named
or-
after the Archangel of Soldiers, so there's that. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so you were named after a legend. Ustenia, I think was a if you remember right, is like a great hunter or a rider from like a legend, and that's what your parents named you.
He pulled the golden
After.
sheep across the sky.
Basically, like
The great yak of the sky.
yeah.
Style prophecy.
He hunted the Great Rack, aka the Orcs of the Sky.
But yeah, you finished that, and Demir looks to be happy. That's good. It's good news. Also, since he has basically been in this tavern the whole day, he gives you your prayer book back, Isaac. Cause
Oh, I said he
He
could keep
finished
that
reading.
one.
It's good. I like it, but it doesn't. Hey.
I understand.
Well, since you're done with those, and she'll pull out 2 books. Smaller
Looks
books,
back to
obviously.
looks back to like the books he bought earlier. He's got quite a few. He's good.
These are primers for Draconic and Dwarven if you want.
Oh, yes, please.
If you want to, I can run through them with you. I know both languages pretty well.
Hey, I do better. Or
A lot of us speak both Draconic or Dwarven. I think the entire party speaks at least that language. One of those languages.
I don't think Justinia speaks Draconic.
No.
No.
And
But
I
I'm
don't think
saying
Arwen speaks Dwarven.
I speak
No,
both.
I speak Elvish.
I speak
I think
Elvish.
Arwen does.
Arwen speaks Draconic, Elvish, Halfling.
Yeah, he obviously. Yeah, so I have a language that at least one other person who doesn't have. Two other people doesn't have. But she'll run through it with him because Draconic is her native language. I'd assume she was probably raised
Yeah.
speaking that and Common in the house.
all right, you can spend the rest of the night kind of, or the rest
Yeah,
of the
she'll
night.
help
before you
him
go to
out
bed,
with some
just kinda
Draconic
working
stuff
through that.
if he's up in the mood. It's up to him.
Yeah, he's basically most what he wanted to do was he finished the priming the primer for Paylor, and he was hoping to get back into he just likes reading, and it's just kind of his pastime. But he goes through. He seems to get some of it. He's definitely an individual that has self-taught himself other like foreign languages before, so
Yeah.
he's taught himself Elvish and Common, so this isn't the hardest thing.
This isn't
It's
the
like,
first rodeo.
yeah, so he gets most of it, but it'd take a while. It'd still take a while for him to.
Yeah,
To be able
she'll
to
run
read and
through
write
whatever he wants for him. If he's more interested in either, it's up to him.
Yeah, well, he goes through. I would say. Yeah, I'll do Draconic. I'll do
Okay.
Draconic because he's trying to be nice. But yeah, you go through the rest of your night. R1 if you were wanting a bath. That can be arranged. If you're specifically just wanting a bath, they have like a little room on the second floor that they can draw one that's hot.
No, we're still on the road. I'll wait until we get somewhere
Okay,
else.
because where you're going is a camp in the middle of the
Yeah,
steppes.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A lot of baths there.
Yeah, it's called the river.
Yeah, basically, it's running water.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, if there's
Literally
nothing
just
else
ask
anybody,
Sesh to hose you down. She can just cast and create water on you and just like.
What time is it?
I'll say by the time you've gotten everything done and you've worked through your the message and everything, it's been night for like 2 hours, so
Okay.
it's like 21 hours.
Okay.
2100.
never mind.
But yeah, so if that's all you wanted to do for the rest of your night, nothing specifically, then you can just head off to bed.
Can I
it's
send a
very-
message?
Sure, if you'd like.
Okay. I'm not going to say that out loud.
Okay. But,
I will
yeah,
message
basically
you.
after they cast, they give you back the stone you bought.
I'll message you what I want to send.
Okay. I guess. I'll say you do this in your room.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, they have to be on the same plane as you. Just in.
Yeah, I'm. Yes, this is an earthly contact. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure. But yeah, if nobody else wants to do anything, you can head to bed for the night after you've drank your fill and eaten your fill. It's a fairly hefty meal. Basically, when they said like a strip, it's definitely a part of a cut is what they've given you, but it's still the size of like an actual cut of beef, like a whole cut. So it's a big animal that they've cut it from. It's actually not that bad. They've essentially what they did, because it's a gamey piece of meat, is they've just roasted it and cooked it for a very long time, and it's kind of broken down over the hours that they've cooked it, and it's like really good barbecue. You can just kind of pull it apart with a fork. It's very good, very good. But you finish your night, and however your night goes, and you want it to go, and you head to bed for before going out the next day on what's probably going to be a long and arduous ride for about a week. You could just say it aloud, Midge, and
I'm working out what I'm saying.
We could just trust everybody to.
Yeah, no, I'm just working out what I'm saying right now.
You could just, not do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, the sending spell.
11, 12, 13, 14.
Word choice matters.
15.
Oh wait, that means I can take that off the list of things I was thinking about taking. So
Yeah.
Well, just remember, once you start getting to higher levels, like, you can cast sending quite a lot if you wanted to, whereas this is limited, very limited.
This is true.
Basically, if it comes down to it and you use all the charges on this stone, it could take you up to 3 days to get them back, if you roll poorly.
Right.
I just want to see whose spell list this is first.
1,
It's
2, 3, 4,
Bard,
5,
Cleric, Eldritch
6,
Knight,
7,
Warlock,
8,
Grey
9,
Old One
10,
ones, Wizard,
11,
and
12,
Arcane
13,
Trickster. So I can get this. I actually have
16,
sending on my spell list already.
Yeah, it's not hard to get. It's just a higher level spell that I think you're pretty close to getting, actually, if you wanted, because it's level 3. I forget. Do you have access to level 3 spells yet?
I do.
Oh, then yeah,
Yes.
you could get it if you wanted.
Yeah, I can cast
It's already.
I can just pull it up and I can literally just prepare it then tomorrow and cast it. It's easy enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've got what I want to say.
Okay.
Richter.
So who are you sending it to first?
I'm sending it to Brother Richter.
Brother Richter. Oh, the head of the Gorgon monastery.
No, not
Or
Gorgon.
The Gorgon.
No, my monastery.
Your monastery. Got it. Yeah.
The one who ended up the one who raised me at the monastery.
Okay. All right. Right. Yeah. No, I totally got a voice picked out for him. Yeah.
This is why I said I would message it to you, but
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. We're doing it live.
Well, with the last name Richter, maybe go German.
First Kingdom. We'll see.
That's true. Or French, maybe. I don't know.
He just responds with baguette.
You'll be surprised at me too.
Richter.
I'm gonna go for it.
It's Isaac. Many troubles on the path of late. Palor may march to war with a power known as Zagul. Keep reply brief.
Yeah, it's close enough.
It should be.
I trust you. I trust you. Okay, I just got the message. Blood breed. You don't need the punctuation, because the punctuation probably counts as a word.
No, it doesn't.
I'm kidding. Damn it! Was that a question mark or a period?
Shit. Can you imagine?
Well, no, it would be worse if it was like you can only have 50 characters in your message. Yeah.
Character. Well, it'd be one word in some cases.
Well, if it was
Dragon
German, it
Ball.
could have a 50 word.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah, just
All in one
imagine
word.
if you had to say something in German with that restriction. 50 characters in German. Go ahead.
Try speaking in Teutonic.
Panzerkampfwagen. Done.
Son of a bitch!
Don't.
Okay, Richter. So I'm just gonna reread that message because he would have gotten this. It would be markedly later, be near midnight, where he's at.
We're in line. We are in line, north to south.
It would be like a time zone or two over.
Oh, really?
Because it's the Cardinal Empire. Look at the map. You're in Takova, which is basically center line in the continent.
Oh,
Takova.
shit. Oh, cool. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, it's midnight. He's in the middle of. Basically, he just wakes up with the voice in his head. So.
Palor. No, it's just Isaac.
Isaac. Was on path plate. Palor may march to war with known as Ghoul. Zagul spelled wrong.
Sorry.
Keep reply brief. Isaac. Isaac. It's good to hear your voice. I am glad
Oh, he's got audition.
a little bit. I'm glad you are well. So we're at
Yeah.
we're at
11.
11. We're at 11.
Yeah.
That is troubling news.
News. 16.
4 words left.
No, you've got 9
it's
words
not.
left.
9 words left. I hope. Oh no. I hope more reports to come. Please stay safe.
Please stay.
Yeah, basically, please stay.
Yeah.
You can just take out please and just say stay safe. Just to put it.
Well, he didn't know that.
Yeah.
that's fair.
It's not the highest level. He's probably never had sending cast on him before, so it's.
He's like, bruh, what is this shit in my head?
He probably knows
He might
sending.
Maybe. It depends. I'd have to think over that one because sending's a pretty utility spell and it's not necessarily widely used.
Yeah, I suppose.
So yeah, okay. But you've got 2. You've used 2 charges of your Stone of Message. So
And yeah,
Only got
I'm
one
gonna say some prayers, go to bed.
all right. So I will say all of you go to bed and wake up in the morning refreshed in your feather beds, in your personal rooms.
Oh my god.
There's a little mint on the pillow when you went in there in the morning or in the last night. But yeah, you can all wake up, go downstairs, and there is a full breakfast waiting. In fact, it's not actually an individual breakfast available now. It's they've put out for today. There's a little like buffet of breakfast items that's
Continental
on a central
buffet.
table. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of different things there from different cultures and like elvish elvish morning cakes, which are like these little like wafery like bread cakes that you have with like coffee and things, like just stuff like that. A whole bunch of things you can eat to fill yourselves up. And it's the morning, so are you heading out? Like, what are you doing?
So we're now called the Turquoise Company, yes?
Yes.
Oh, R1 would have spent the night coming up with like
A logo?
marketing
Alright.
thing, logos.
Got badges.
If you
I
start
was gonna say
codes, you're dead.
R1. I was gonna say R1 spent the whole night trying to rhyme Turquoise Company with something.
Yes, that was. He knew that was gonna be the hard part. So it was draw the logos, come up with phrases like marketing phrases, how to work this into a song. Shit.
Gotta work that into the art we're gonna have for the group at some point.
You have to come up with a slogan.
It's alright, I like the colour turquoise.
So people who can draw, please.
I've been playing around with some ideas, don't worry.
Okay. I mean,
Way ahead
R1
of
will
you.
take credit for it, but
Well, I mean,
In character.
Isaac's a cartographer. He knows how to draw.
oh yeah, okay. Unless Isaac.
Hey,
does.
I can
Other
draw
than
maps,
that,
but I can't draw anything for shit. Like,
That's,
I
draw
can,
tattoos.
that's a lot
That's
easier to
about
do.
it.
I can draw a map.
yeah. Well, I mean, I can't hand draw anything to save my life, but I can hand draw a map pretty good.
I can't draw people. I can draw other things though.
See,
I can
know,
draw
it's just-
tattoos. That's about the only thing I can draw.
I have a
Weird
cousin who's a
talent.
tattoo artist. But all right,
So I
So, yeah,
believe
you
we're
wake-
setting off, aren't we?
roll a d4.
See how many charges the stone.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well,
it's every morning.
1,
Okay, it gets 1, so
Yeah.
you have 2 charges on that. So
and it's a max of
Uh,
3, correct?
it's a max of
Max-
3, so you get
Oh,
max of
yeah.
3. Yeah, you can get. Basically, if you wanted to
2,
keep
yeah.
it topped off, you want to only use 1 or 2 charges a day because
Yeah.
you have a chance of getting 1 or 2 charges in the morning.
But-
It's,
yeah.
it's D4 minus 2, minimum of 1. So
That's fine.
that's what you get. But you, yeah, if you want to, you can go ahead and start getting your horses together. They've been inside of a stable being pampered for the whole night.
They're like, we're not used to this shit. What is this? Can we
Oh.
stay
2
here?
nights in a row. They're gonna get spoiled.
Barry's
Most of the
also
time I don't wanna
getting
do any work.
spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could have him stay in the stables. They have,
Yeah.
that
Normally
is
Barry
not an
stays with
uncommon
me,
thing.
but since this is a very nice place, he's getting spoiled.
Yeah.
I like they've got like
Basically,
The whole party's getting spoiled. Horses, dogs, people.
people.
yeah, they've got like a little kennel for riding dogs because there are halflings that come here quite often.
Mhm.
Tarkova is a melting pot of a city, so that is not uncommon.
Isn't there a halfling section of the city? Right? Didn't you mention that?
Not specifically. There's a gnome part of the city. That's
Gnome.
Bright.
That was what
I
it
think the
was.
Bright Walker. I think is what it's called.
Yeah,
Bright
that's
Village.
right.
Bright Village. Bright Village. Yeah. Bright Village, which
Mistwalk is another area.
yeah, that's I was getting those conflated. But yeah, like Bright Village is the gnome part because it's always lit through magical means, and it's a very big manufacturing area. But yeah, you can get everything together and start heading out if you would like, and start heading for the border.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. So you'll start heading for I have it marked now, the Tarless River, which is the river on the left on the
Before
western
we
side.
head out, sorry, can Isaac? Is there a chance that Isaac can I make a check that on our way out through the market, if I see any like one selling anything the color turquoise?
Oh god.
What's the
R1 does have a
Happen.
turquoise.
Give
in
me a
his bag
perception check.
Also, I'm pretty sure R1 has a turquoise in his bag.
Well, if we get turquoise sashes or something like that.
Well, I was thinking eventually we can get like little brooches to like put on our capes, like the Fellowship.
I like
Yeah.
pull out the stone eye that I have that has a tiger eye in it, and like kind of look at it, and then look at Isaac. Something like this, maybe.
I think more something we can wear, identifying like a badge.
I
you
think what
want-
he means is like a turquoise-colored brooch pin or something like that.
Oh, that's awful. I got a 4.
Yeah, it's
Could
pretty
put
awful.
something together like that.
You don't see you see not a lot of things being sold that are turquoise.
Okay.
Turquoise is a very specific color, which is why it's worth a lot in gems. You'd have to probably find you'd get cloth. You have to go to a dyer and get somebody to dye it that color. Probably have to be ordered, and
It's fine.
Take a bit of time.
It was a
it
whim.
take money and time.
It was a whim.
Yeah.
We can do that
Don't
on our
find
way
anything
back.
on your way
from-
out. Yeah, on your way out. But on your way out, you have to cross to the most direct way out of the city. You have to cross through the West Gate and into the Orchard, which is the Elvish part of town. So this is actually a first for Demir and Ustenia, who always stayed in the Cherry Shade when they came into Takova. So you basically there's a clear delineation between the rest of town and the Elvish town part, because there is a marked difference in the architecture. Everything is made of wood, is artistically carved, is much more open in design. There's like there's like a lot of delineation between the plots of land and buildings. Like it's the difference between like going to London and going to the United States in terms of like houses are individual in the United States essentially, and that's kind of what this is here. There's the individual buildings are individual buildings and are not connected in most ways, but it's nice. It's nice. This would be a place to visit if you ever wanted to learn about Elvish culture, or just to enjoy some of what you can smell to be very good Elvish cooking coming from certain
River Lodge is
restaurants.
I can smell my depression.
Just like, yeah.
You can smell Elvish cooking from restaurants and bakeries as you exit.
Smells
But
like
it doesn't
Come for
last
the
long.
sunshine, but you'll stay for the people.
Yeah. But it doesn't last long, as it takes as it is a very small part of town, and you.
Oh, thank
exit-
God! Oh God, that was torture.
Yeah, you exit out.
You have a marked distaste for elvish stuff, elf.
Yeah. I was raised by wolves. This lot didn't come looking for me when I was family dead and everything, did they? No.
They probably thought you were dead.
Exactly.
Well, how did that
They
make
didn't
you
even bother looking.
feel?
Well, writes in book.
Don't even think about writing that down.
So you you exit
done.
out of the city and are now in the open air along a road, and are just moving west along it.
Country road, take
Take me home to the place.
And stop because copyright.
Protection Kingdoms.
But yeah, it's basically a pretty monotonous ride that you're going to be going on. There is not a lot here. There are some thickets of trees here and there. This is getting into the actual, like, they call the central part of Iral the plains, but there is a specific area that is like the Great Plains, and you're entering into that. So now there's a lot of just grassland, a couple of trees dotting here and there, some animals you can see kind of grazing or roaming around, little farms dotting areas as you just ride. And it's going to take you a little while to get anywhere, as there is nothing between Takova and the border. So if I double check that, I can actually look at, you can see more specifically that in the Utesh Steppe Kingdoms version 3 map that's available, that shows the border and kind of where you're at the bottom. So yeah, you got a little ways to go. But you could probably make the border by nightfall, which is the river. So you'd have to get, it's a river crossing, but it'd take you the better part of the day to get there. So is there anything anybody want to do during their little trip, or are you all just going
I'm
about?
trying to get Demir to learn, like,
You're muted, Rival.
No, not you're on mute. I think we should learn some basic Utesh.
Oh, fair.
It's a good idea.
Oh, learn some of the language, like basic phrases.
Just basic phrases like, you know,
Where is the
like you did
bathroom?
when you learn French or something like that.
Where is the bathroom?
Where is the bathroom?
How do you say,
much
do
for
you
this level of
speak
bread?
common in Nutetian?
Do you
Yes.
speak common in Utesh? That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yep.
That's probably that's a good first thing to teach in most like language classes. For that language would be great.
Yeah.
Which they
Like,
never
we're
do.
learning German.
I mean,
We're
that's
learning
the first
German
thing
phrase,
you learn
do
in
you
British.
Speak English?
Yeah, that's the.
No, the first thing we learn in British is, do you speak English?
Okay, so in French class, for example, the first thing I learned was parlez-vous anglais? If the
And if you
examiner
don't
said yes,
understand
you're
that, you
great.
say even slower and even louder.
Yeah.
With arm
So,
movements and gestures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Parlay!
I mean, saying you
If Demir wouldn't mind trading me knowledge for knowledge in that case, then I'll try and help him out with more draconic stuff if you want.
I think Demir and Demir and looks over to Ustenia and let you ask, and like Demir's like, "Yeah, I could do it. It's not hard."
Like she like remembers back to that napkin that had like 17 lines on it for 16 words.
I mean, she's looking over to his brother. I mean, it's hard to write it, but I think we're honest enough. It's not many people write it. It's not that kind of language.
why would you need to write it? That's
Hey.
what we have the poets for.
Hey,
Being recorded, you record it in song.
That's fair, I guess.
Oh, one's gonna love this place.
It's
Yeah.
It's basically they Demir, and if you would like to also help, Ustenia starts teaching the phrase, "Do you speak common?" in
I would like to learn it.
Yeah, I think
Utesh.
Arwen's gonna.
I'm
Arwen's
gonna
gonna
make
sit
sure
in
that,
on this.
which has 12 consonants. What's
Actually, here's a good question: is there any parallels to like Draconic? Because there's a lot of, I'd imagine there's a lot of phlegmy, vowely stuff to it.
It's very Russian sounding. It's what
Yeah.
it's basically in my head. I don't know about you, Utari, but in my head, when I think of Uteshian, I'm thinking a mix between Mongolian and Russian, like these two mixes.
Area, like Turkmenistan sort of region,
Yeah,
Central
so
Asian
there's-
region, and you will find that they tend to speak Russian as well as their regional dialects.
So it's
So I
Kazakh.
think that's how I've imagined it. Yeah, Kazakhstan,
Yeah.
Turkmenistan, those sort of areas. That's how I've reasoned it. Why I kind of
One of the many stans out there,
Mm.
essentially.
more of a Russian style accent.
Yeah,
Because I actually genuinely think it's more Turkmenistan style than strictly Mongolian.
well, you could say the more Russian part of it would be like the city, the individuals
Yeah.
that live in like cities and trade a lot. Like they've harshened it down. They've lessened the harshness of it a little bit, and it's more Russian. They got bits of common in there, but the more traditional like Turkmenistan kind of sounding bit is like basically where you're from. Is the out on the steps part of it. So that could work. So yeah, Demir's willing to help teach, and if you're willing to help as well, that would give it advantage for them to learn this.
Yeah.
So I'll need everybody make an intelligence check with advantage because you got
Oh,
two
boy.
speakers of the language that are trying to teach you how to speak this.
Oh, I needed that advantage. That's a 12.
Oh,
Do I have to
That's
do it as well?
No,
Pretty
you
fucking-
know
No,
the
you're
language.
You're fine.
Danny's like,
And
That'd be
when-
great. You've been gone so long. Is it? No, was it? Oh, it's like he's trying to remember.
It's like Arnold
trying to
Schwarzenegger
remember
when they
himself.
brought out his favorite fan on that chat show.
our
Do you
intelligence
remember
modifiers
it?
are
And like,
really low.
Yeah.
he took like a couple of minutes to remember German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was in there the story that he wanted to do the dub for the German Terminator dub, but they turned him down because his accent sounded too rural, so it sounded like a farmer.
Because he
so
wasn't he,
got-
like from the pretty farmer part of Austria.
Well, yeah, he was. That was why they turned him down because his accent is very rural. But so the funny thing is, even though the actor that actually played the character in the movie had to be overdubbed, even though he spoke the dubbing language. Is the funny part. That's the funny.
That's like having a Japanese actor, and then in the dub they have to redub him with somebody else. With a
they've
different
done that.
Japanese individual.
Yeah.
They've actually done that.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
happened.
the thing. Yeah.
Bruh.
Because you can't one for one it. It's less about the actual voice. It's more about the lip flaps and being able to adapt
Yeah.
that well enough. So it's
trying
kind
to
of thing.
time the flapping of the
Yeah, time
face
the
hole.
things. I'll say okay. R1, you know languages. You're good at this. That's not hard. You got it. You know how to say. How do you speak? Do you speak common? In Uteshian, which the more I say that sounds more insulting. It's just go up to me. Do you speak common? Please.
Do you speak German?
Backward step savage. Do you speak common?
Just Isaac in the background with savages going on in the background.
Sesh, you get it. You actually get it as well. It's not that
Hiding
hard.
that cookbook.
There is a bit of overlap in kind of the way you form words, so you got it. Doesn't sound as well as R1. Basically, R1 is just mimicking Demir and Ustenia, so he sounds pretty Uteshian.
but I'm not being insulting about it.
I speak 3
No,
different
you-
languages and I'm still
Like,
struggling,
you-
I think.
You know how
Yeah.
people like mimic people, like trying to be fun. Like
Yeah, you're
Arwen's
not doing
serious.
that.
Like
Yeah.
this is the first time you've seen Arwen like completely serious when it comes to something like this. Because normally he's like funny, making jokes. Other than when he's fighting stuff.
Now
But,
he's
like,
doing this, and he doesn't want to
Like
get
he's
stabbed.
like, yeah. He's like, I'm trying to learn. Don't stab me.
Yeah. I'll say Rivellon, you get some of it. Like it's
Cool.
Demir says he can understand you, but it's pretty bad. It's not great. Ustenia, you can kind of understand him. It's still not great. It's pretty bad. It's very different than what you're used to, Rivellon. So it's almost
the best I can. I'm an ill-educated rogue dwarf.
dwarf.
Elf.
Elf. Shut up.
Elf.
Identity crisis.
Isaac, your celestial tongue just can't get it. Like you're tripping over so many.
Despite the fact I speak Draconic and Dwarvish.
Yeah, but those are picked up languages, and this is this is not your native language, and it's very
Too
different.
many words for things.
Yeah. Demir, like here, like you try and you say it, and he goes, "Hey, leave it to others."
Don't ever say that ever again. You just insulted half my.
Please no. Stop.
Why is it so funny in Demir's voice?
Stop, please.
No,
Because he's trying to be as nice as he can.
Yeah.
Demir is not a hateful person. I'll even say this: Demir takes some time to teach you some things about Utashian and things you shouldn't do and should do. Basically, he tells you the equivalent of the middle finger in Utashian, and to not do that to anyone.
What is
that.
What is a middle finger?
It's
Says looking at her hand.
I hit my fucking glasses. It's this. If it's this with your whole with like that. If you do that, basically he says it's the equivalent. It's because when you really want to hit something with a bow and arrow, you draw back and you're resting your hand like on your cheek or near your side of the face is what you're trying to do. And doing this says, I want to shoot you and not miss, but you're not even worth wasting an arrow. Basically, it says, it's fuck you, you're worthless, is the equivalent he tries to convey. It's like, he's like that. It doesn't translate well, but don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
I think
even...
Rival can get behind that saying for sure. You're not worth my
I do like
arrows.
though how she's just like, what's a middle finger?
It's like biting
No,
your
that's just
thumb.
the index finger for her. Or biting
just
your thumb.
just be this.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, you do the
Well, look, she knows
Shakespearean.
what a middle finger is. She worked as a town guard in a town with
Yeah.
loads of people.
Bite my finger at you, sir.
Bite my thumb.
Do you bite your thumb at me?
I do bite my thumb, sir. But do you bite your thumb at me, sir? I do bite my thumb, sir.
God, I hate that line.
But
is,
yeah,
is the law on our side if we say aye? Nay.
but yeah, he teaches you that. He says, don't do that. Just don't. Unless you want to fight. Then it's a good thing. Then do it. But don't do it. Not if you don't. No, don't. Just don't. Please. Stuff like that. Don't turn down somebody if they offer you food, because that means that's a very big deal. If they're offering you food, don't do that. Like don't turn it down. Even if you don't want it, you take it. It's less about the food, more about the gesture. It's a very big thing in Utashian culture.
Thought. Yep.
Yeah. Don't throw away food. Don't do that. Just, or at least not where they can see you. You know, give it to something else. So even if the food's gone off a little bit, give it to a horse, give it to an animal, do something like that. Don't just toss it out somewhere. That's very bad.
Never waste things.
Never waste things. That's another thing. Don't carelessly throw things out. Keep things clean. Even if you've used up something, just carry it. And just carry it until you can put it somewhere it's supposed to go.
No littering. Got it.
No littering is a big thing. Don't take off your boots when you go into a tent. Keep those on.
Okay.
What? Sorry.
Do not
take off
remove
your
your
boots.
don't remove your shoes.
Don't remove your shoes, because unless you're at somebody's house that you're intending to stay the night at,
All right.
or you're in a tent that you intend to stay the night at, because
Oh,
it basically
dear.
implies I'm staying here. is what it is, because you don't take your boots off unless you're intending to.
I
not
therefore
get back
ask
up for the rest of the
Demir, would it be a problem if I take my shoes off outside and remain outside? Because I have to remove my
some weird looks.
I have to remove my
It's-
shoes when I pray.
Why? Ooh.
It's part of my it's culturally part of.
It's like you've asked him. It's like you asked him, "What's the square root of fish?" Like he's like,
Bruh. Just a good old
I-
bruh face.
He's looking to his older brother. I think that'd be okay.
I guess it would be okay because you're not, I think you might get some odd looks, but you should be fine.
Oh, we'll vouch for you, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Just don't.
If they start attacking you,
The
as
man, it's the thing he has to do. It's the thing.
No,
he
I
has
get
to
it.
do.
I
It's
get.
strange thing, but
Try and not do it like out in the middle of thing. Like go behind the tent, or go off to the side, or in the field.
I'll go to a field or something. Yeah.
That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't like.
He's really trying to be nice. He's just trying to give you what he can.
Thankfully, my praying does not require anything of that nature.
Yeah. Basically, most of that. If there's anything else you can think of, Utari, that would be.
Oh,
that you could think of to be,
never touch anyone's horse unless they give you permission. Don't go friendly pat.
Yes,
What if somebody touches my horse?
They won't.
they won't.
Okay.
What if someone touches my
But
dog?
If they do, you can cut off their hand.
Oh, okay. It's that sort of level. I was just trying to gauge what the recommended response is if someone does. Is it an insult if they touch my horse? What's going on here?
Grave
Yes.
insult. The horse is.
It
your
means they're
wife.
claiming your horse.
Oh.
Does this apply to any mount? Or just horses?
I suppose we.
Like if they go to pet berry,
not
do
so
you
much.
worry
They
about
tend to
chopping off
look
hands?
So it's
I
hard.
mean-
So, if they pat my horse, I'm okay to kill them.
No, take
no,
their hand.
No,
Take
no.
their hand.
No.
If you give them permission, then they can touch your horse. If you
If I
do not
don't give them permission,
and if they then touch your horse, then generally the punishment is cutting off of hands because it's seen as theft.
oh, okay, cool. Okay,
Okay.
I can do that. Yeah.
But they won't.
Don't. This is a good one. Don't. We're probably going to be dealing with a lot of meetings, and you're all allowed to be there, but you're not allowed to talk.
I'll stay outside.
Good thing we can't speak the language then.
Yeah, that would be even worse. Don't speak in the meeting, like in the council meetings, and when the choosing happens.
Cruel time.
Don't speak anything other than Nutish. That's bad.
Hmm.
I can
Oh,
translate.
What's the
I can
rules on
translate.
practice of faith out here? Okay.
I was taught common by some holy men that came through. They gave me my common primer. It's fine. Just
Okay.
don't be how do you say?
Don't
an
be
ass.
pushy. Yeah.
Yeah.
don't be like throwing your god down people's throats. They don't like it. You can say that you follow certain god or gods. And
Nobody
if
will
they ask
bother
you
you.
about, yeah, if they ask you about it, you can talk to them. That's no problem. We have no problem with that.
I look at
Don't-
Justinia and I say,
Don't
what's that
push
old
it.
saying? Religion is like a penis.
Interesting analogy.
Yeah. No, I
Don't
guess
force
that-
it down
very
people's
good.
throats.
To the godless Utashian writer.
Is that God? The Uteshians aren't God. Well,
Well, they're godless in
Ancestral weapon.
most people's minds, I imagine.
they have ancestral worship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
Demir
acknowledge
does
that
say-
gods exist.
Yeah, Demir does say. I mean, there are stories about the god of the Uteshians, the one who made Uteshians, but we don't know who that is.
No, that's fair enough.
We
Time
have
does that
a
sort of thing
week
to
of
people.
travel, right?
It's about a week, yeah. It's about a week if you can get through the border pretty quickly, which is kind of a hit or miss.
So, Demir, is there any kind of covering I should wear, or any special things like that for women in Teshin Horde?
Eh,
I don't. I've never been this far north. Well, I've never been to.
Unless you're covering, you have clothes though, don't
Yeah,
you? You're
well-
wearing clothes.
wear shirt.
Or don't. And she gives Arwen this sort of, I bet you'd like that look. and then looks back.
Wear clothes. That's about it's it. Unless
There
you're
were
taking,
certain sections of Alhood that
unless you're
were
going to
very-
the river, but then you'd be alone. Seems very uncomfortable by the question.
There were certain parts of Alhood that were very particular about coverings, especially for women.
What, did they put their women in sex? Why didn't
No,
women just...
No,
you
they
know,
don't like
fight back?
people showing off overt amount of bust or skin. It's weird.
Hey,
I never got it myself, but
I mean, Zivka wears basically animal fur.
Yeah, but, you know, end of the day, we wear the clothes.
Then
that
again,
suit.
Zivka.
Yeah, she is crazy.
So tell me about Zivka. Neither of you seem to particularly get on with the girl.
yeah, as much as I'm looking forward to meeting your parents, I also kind of want to meet your sister.
No, you
You
don't.
don't.
Okay. Go ahead.
She is a very fierce, headstrong woman that very much disagree with us. She
She hate Ustenia.
yeah.
Specifically.
Why would you
She
ever
hate
hate him?
Ustenia.
He's such a lovable lug.
Because he's the oldest. Well, he's not the oldest, but he's treated like the oldest.
She
Oh,
was the
the oldest
firstborn,
son.
he was the
Yeah.
oldest son,
Son, yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm
Papa
getting-
didn't necessarily. He loves us, but I think he's fine to say. He's looking towards Houston. I think it's fine. He loved you more. It's fine.
Demir's just like,
You were favorite.
Ah, you're saying Ustinia was marked as the heir a while ago, essentially.
That word doesn't necessarily work. It's more the choosing is. All the elders
It would be his choice.
vote. Anybody can put their name in. Anybody can put. I can put my name in. I won't, but anyone
you
can.
think your sister will?
Oh, she already has, or she's already said she will. Basically,
Okay,
you just
fair
need
enough.
somebody to nominate you, to put your name in that isn't you. If
You
if
need
somebody
someone-
thinks
oh,
you're
yeah.
strong enough, they'll put it inside. They'll put their name in the choosing. She has.
So
Well,
you guys
she
are
should
not
learn.
against female leaders.
this is
those
issue.
before, right?
She jealous.
Did you say she's
Yes.
jealous?
Yeah. Jealous.
So she
Jealous,
Yeah,
okay.
she kind of nods like, okay. But there have been female leaders of your tribe before, right?
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it's been. Well, Papa's been there for a long time. It's two or three back. Is it 2 or 3 back, or is it 5? I don't. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you know.
There are other tribes though.
Yes, it's quite common.
That's fair.
don't know
Well,
how it
that's kind of nice to hear. It's nice to hear a place where you can.
Who is the
become leader,
ruler
no matter
of
who you are? You've done.
At the end of the day, it's
kingdom?
whoever's going to be the most capable, the strongest, who's going to lead us the best. It
Well-
doesn't matter who that is.
Well,
What was that?
leading the best
I
doesn't
think-
necessarily.
Who's
mean
the-
strongest.
King of the Uteshians. Like I understand that the tribes go to there's the family tribes and then there's the thing and then there's who's top
that laugh was in
who's
character,
top
by the way.
horse?
Yeah.
Who's top horse?
That laugh was actually.
Who's top horse? Eh,
Which tribe does he hail?
the
There is
tribes-
no.
The tribes make up the clans, and then the clans are all a part of the ruling council.
Ah, it's
The
okay.
representative sort of thing.
Don't
where
It's
one-
it's a junta.
There's a leader of every clan. There's a leader of every clan that's voted on by the tribes of the clans, and they all go to the
tribe.
council.
Clan
Ah,
to
yes.
council.
And then the council, I guess
Does
the word
things,
is
right?
rule.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
don't necessarily do a lot.
Yeah.
It's more like a way of the clans to,
And there's
so
no
that
one
grievances-
head of clan. There's no like
I
chancellor-esque.
mean, there's the most popular clan leader of the
Okay.
the clan council,
So it's,
but he doesn't he doesn't have a
There's
title.
no specific title
No.
or rank. Okay.
And
No,
and
that's
the
what I
other
was
thing
trying
is
to
that he
ascertain.
can't, he can't simply say, "I want this clan to do that." The clan has a right to do
They
what
all
they want.
vote. They all
Yes.
vote on things. They all talk about things. They never get anything done, but
It's very representative, actually, your government.
Yes,
Well-
but I'm guessing
well,
it doesn't
there
help
was, like-
following policy or.
there were a couple hundred years of us killing each other, so we got
Yes.
bored of that.
Natural
I'd
progression
imagine
or
after
natural
that you get
progression.
bored of it, yeah. To be fair, I come from a place where if you have money, you're in charge. So,
Well, I mean,
You have to be born.
Technically, I guess you could say the more powerful clans are the ones who
With them.
have more.
resources, horses,
Yes.
stuff. So it's same thing, but
I mean, where I come from, you have to be born into it. So I think I'd
That
rather.
doesn't make sense.
no.
It's
no, that doesn't really make much sense.
That's
the ones in a representative democracy and the oligarchy are both going. Yeah, that no nobility, no. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck your bourgeoisie.
You just see it. You just see.
That doesn't make sense.
fish
What if-
painted
what if-
tricolours
what if
on her
child-
face, like the French tricolors, like Vive la Revolution.
What if your child is born weak, or if they cannot ride horse? or
Well,
what if is born with,
Tough
with
shit.
no brain.
if a child
I
is
think they
weak,
hire people to do that for them.
essentially,
Yes,
yes,
also true,
that's
yes.
essentially.
Then why don't
Or-
the people they hire rule?
They essentially
Because
do.
they're
It
stupid.
becomes what we call a puppet monarchy, and it's not that the people that are trying to take over are
Call them
stupid. It's
military
more the
junta, in
sheep
fact.
are. No. The military junta would be more what these guys
Yeah, I
are.
don't know. Not
No,
doing
it doesn't make any.
Essentially, it's rare for you to find a noble who is actually with. And when you do, they tend to die pretty.
Either way, it's just like I said, just follow the things we talked about. Don't do the things I said not to do. Don't do the things I told to do. Don't, and you should be fine. Also, hold on to your purses. Hold on to your coin purses.
That's right. I've spent most of mine.
What
That
that'll
should
help.
immediately put her coin purse somewhere where no one will reach.
You don't. Not many people will steal things, but the ones that will. But I guess that's everybody. That's everywhere.
So if I catch somebody stealing from me, what do I do?
Hands.
Got
I'm
their hands
guessing.
off.
Well, no, it's a bit harsher because technically, well, like your horse is your life.
Slow death or
it's your
painful
lifeblood.
death.
Well, that one, if they're stealing gold or
Maybe a
like
finger or two?
personal possessions, that well, there are a lot of things that can happen to them. That's why not a lot of people do it, or they're really good at it.
You either don't do it or you're so good at it you don't get caught, right? How it works?
Yeah, it's about it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about what you're thinking about.
That tends to be how it is, generally.
Just yeah. Basically, you go on for that. You go on like that for the better
We
part
talk
of the
about
day.
Steps.
Just talking about the steps, talking about everything. You get a little bit of cultural knowledge about where you're going, so you don't do anything that's gonna get you killed or stabbed,
Or both.
Or both. They do tell you that basically, depending on how long, like, the choosing will happen when the current chief of the tribe is dead, and so because of what you got from your mother, you're not exactly sure how long that's going to be or when that's going to be. So you may be there for a while. When that happens, though, they have like a big pyre they build at a holy place, and then they burn it there, and then the choosing happens like immediately the next night. And
What happens in the choosing? Is it do trials take place? Is it just a vote?
there are trials, yeah. It's not like you think, because people think things. You don't go out and beat the shit out of other people or the other people that put their names in. It's because if you're alive, you're strong enough at that point. But it's more about there's the trial of spirit first, and the elders have a pipe that you smoke in a tent, and you go on a. They say you go and you conquer your spirit. You confront your spirit. You become free of that.
Hotboxing.
You do that.
So first you get high. Gotcha.
Essentially, yeah.
The hotboxing trial, followed by.
Then it's the spirit of mind, or it's the trial of mind. And that's when you go in and you make your case. You make
Rap
your case
battle.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Is there any combat in these trials?
Well, not really.
Okay, just checking. Just checking.
No point.
No,
So it's
not
like
really.
a
I mean, there are always some fighting squares whenever the choosing's going, though, because a lot of people come over. So if you want to fight, you can. There's some. I'm not sure how well you do, but be fine.
Isaac, we all look at Isaac.
It's no armor.
Don't worry, I won't
no
be fighting.
Armor. It's hands. You would use some hand,
I
maybe
used
a
to be
wrap
pretty
around your
decent boxer,
knuckles.
but
So you're saying I shouldn't fight? Is what you're saying?
No, definitely not you. No.
Yeah, definitely not.
You'll be picked up and thrown, Alan. Even if you did manage to get a few socks in, yeah. Then...
Yeah.
you think
Those
I
are
might have a
if
chance?
you want to fight, you can do that. But no, the trials are not about the fighting. It's about being a leader, and you have to be
It's about-
one of
yeah,
spirit
that's what I'm
and
getting
one of
here. I'm
mind.
feeling.
I'm just
feeling
wondering
more
if there was like a team tug of war or something. He has to pick his teams, you know.
Character.
Well, that is thing. You can have your seconds in the trials
Oh.
Okay.
if you like. So people that you trust, you can have.
So who do you
I think
think
Draco.
is-
I think Draco's second one. He had 12.
So,
Just a whole bunch of people to make his case.
but your sentence would have
He
to
didn't
speak
win, though.
Utashian, correct?
No. I mean, it helped, but no, you don't have
Ah.
to.
As long
Hey,
as they
Owen,
they
don't you
can
know the spell
advocate
tongues?
for the character.
You can have somebody translate. Draco had someone who spoke Dwarvish, who was his employer last time that he put into it.
So we could
And they
speak
had,
on behalf of Ustinia's character, for example.
I mean, yes.
Regale tales.
If
of
he
him.
really does want to, if he really does want to be in the choosing, he can. Right now, if last I heard, Uncle Draco and Zivka were the two that said they wanted to be a part of it. But truth be told, Draco, I love him as a family, but he's what do you call it? He's
Out of touch?
empty shell.
Ah.
He's been around for a long time. Maybe
Great name as well. Draco.
maybe he should just kind of not.
Shoot the red.
Is that
Yes.
Delta Romeo Alpha Kilo Oscar for Draco?
Cousin, our Uncle Draco is that written down in some form somewhere.
Okay. Don't worry about it now. He...
4 notepads. Fucking hell.
Too many notepads.
Too many notepads. Draco is Delta Uniform Romeo Kilo
Delta
Oscar.
uniform?
That's the
Draco.
uniform Romeo.
Delta Uniform Romeo Kilo Oscar.
Oh, like Durko. Okay.
Yeah, but it's the way that the accent kind of
Dla.
eats it up because
Da.
Itashian is got an S after the U,
Da.
but a lot of things get dropped. Or,
Yeah.
So it's
Draco.
Draco is what is the yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, they
It's
kind
like
of
the Rocco from Rocky. Basically.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
But Zivka, I also don't want because she'd rather just have everything on fire.
She's
What-
real
How do you
hot
say
there.
it?
That
She
just sounds
wants.
like a
Warmonger?
She's
She
like me.
wants
She
to
likes
go
fighting.
back. She wants to go back to old ways. to really old ways. She wants to.
You want to
Traditionalist.
bring the clans to fight each other again, raiding our fellow people. Rather
No,
than
that's
the
no
outside.
longer true as much. She's okay with other. She has friends in the Brofkin clan, and
Oh,
they
did someone finally pin her down?
no, no, no.
Oh, that's a shame. Maybe
The
she
look on
should.
Sesh's
She
face
would
is
calm
somewhere
down
between
if she had
awkward
that.
and like highly horrified. Like what?
Maybe
No,
she would
she
calm
has-
down. Had someone.
She has a blackmail of some of the people in the Profkin elders. Basically, she wants to be leader of Opakin tribe, so that there are 5 tribes in our clan.
She wants to elevate above her station further.
She has 5. There are 5 tribes in the clan. Zivka wants to be the leader, the chief of Opakin, because there are 2 other clans that will follow, agree with that. Are 2 other tribes.
She
that
wants
agree
to,
with the clan.
so she wants to be tribe leader to be clan leader.
Well, I
Essentially.
guess I think she just wants so that they can vote. They can say they want to go back, because right now there's a lot of things have changed. There's a perception that we only kill or raid things, and there are a lot of that. But it's not as bad. Not anymore. It's not as bad anymore. It's not as bad.
We trade. People forget that we trade with people
You
who
do.
come to the
Yes,
cities.
into
and we
the-
get
I
goods.
know the paraments.
What's a
and
good
horses
horse?
of you.
What's a
Yes.
good horse?
For example, I've
Well,
met
besides,
I've
we'll
met
come
more
to West
rotations
Virginia.
in this last 2 months here than I ever would have known in the north. So I guess that's a good thing.
How many was that?
0.
I knew none before now.
Oh, how many you know now?
2.
Oh.
You see the joke.
Oh. I get it.
Actually, this might be slightly out of place for me, which is why I'm going to ask now. Demir, you seem like you'd be the most qualified to lead. You seem to have a lot of.
No.
The fact that
No.
you don't want to lead makes you a good leader.
That makes no sense.
You'd be surprised. You see, before
Why
I
would
worked
someone
with
who
these
doesn't want the job be perfect for a job? It'd be like
I'm sorry,
like
that was
you
in
there.
character, but that's
You
also
don't
the
want-
first thing I thought of when I heard Brand the Broken. He doesn't want to lead. Then why is he a leader? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Sorry. Spoilers.
I'm gonna have to leave soon, guys.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
out of time.
It's at that
Me
point.
too, 'cause I
We're
had
at that
to
point.
work early.
So we'll end it there with you guys have arriving at the border at the check at the essentially the border checkpoint. That's in between there. With you have basically spent the whole day just talking about the whole thing you're going into, about what to expect, what you're going into, and trying to plan that out. So that worked out.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, everybody, for watching and listening to this episode. As always, thank you to Compassar Roach for writing this campaign, and thank you to all of these people here. Join me. We'll be back next week, 7:30 BST. As always, we will see you next time. We've got a name now. Hey. So,
Yeah.
the Turquoise Company will see you next time on the next episode of Sleeping Giants. Goodbye.